Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Brighter Shores live stream. Today we got something pretty big. They just started the public beta, the second one for Project Milestone. The very first one that they ended up doing, of course, was for the new combat system. Unfortunately, they only really did 1/3 or half or whatever you want to call it of the combat system when they end up doing that. However, for the Milestones, this does appear to be like the full thing that they plan to do, or at least most of the full thing that they plan to do for the Milestones update. My understanding of what this is, I haven't actually checked anything with this beta yet, by the way, but from what they have been saying, it seems like it's adding a lot more activities to fill out a lot of skills. It seems like it'll increase the speed of a lot of skills by about like 10, 20-ish% maybe or so. Probably some small adjustments to the EXP curve, but it's probably still a really long grind to get to 500s. But it basically breaks down all leveling into groupings of 50, where you now have 10 milestones and you have to go through, each of the milestones to get to your next tier. So it seems a little bit less daunting than how it is now, where, you have the whole like 500 level system. It still technically has, to my understanding, 500 levels, but it's sectioned off in a way that shouldn't feel as bad to grind compared to go from 0 to 500. It still effectively is that, but should have a lot more in between to kind of work it out, as well as a lot more interconnectivity with skills. I believe they added some shortcuts, a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, we're going to go and check this out today, see everything that there is. How long is this read? Is it very long? Oh gosh, it's very long. We might just not read this. I might just wait till the patch comes out and we'll just go explore, because wow, is that a lot of words, and I kind of just want to check it all out. So maybe we'll just go by chapter and just see what we can find. And then maybe afterwards, we'll see if we missed some stuff from whatever on earth this gigantic wall of text is. Because I'm not sure if we should start by reading for like half an hour straight. So yeah, let's just get into it. I think I have to make a profile here. We'll do it off of our main account though. We should have 0 profiles here. Because we are in the beta right now, yeah. Let's see. Beta warnings. You are currently playing the beta branch. This is for testing preview purposes only. Beta characters are not permanent and are likely to be regularly deleted. Gains made on beta characters cannot be transferred to regular characters. There is no leaderboards and there is no in-game chat. Features in the beta branch will not necessarily make it into the real game. They may be aborted or radically changed. The beta branch may have bugs, incomplete features, and many regularly... Wait. And may regularly be switched off entirely. How to leave the beta... Yeah, we already know that. Alright, bug reporting. Oh yeah, I need to go send a post. I never did get a reply to my mega post I sent to them last time, but hopefully they got it. Because last time I did one, they gave no feedback on that they received it. But I'm pretty sure I sent it to the right place and everything. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we'll use our main profile here. I believe we're AF King, what's it called right now? Oh, I wonder if it even still would be. Let's see. A game update means some items in the game either no longer exist or have been reduced in value. Wow, 54 gold in refund. I wonder what doesn't exist anymore. Also, this is going to get a little bit weird to get used to, all that numbering system over there. Because now every single thing is reduced to 2 numbers. So saying what level you are is kind of confusing a little bit now. Because our total level is still 5,179. But if I was to say, let's say, I don't know, my bone right level right now. My bone right level is level 8, technically. It's level 400. But, oh, what's this? Please choose a foe pack for each combat milestone reached. Ooh. Let's see. Click to auto-choose foes. Alright, so what's this? This isn't a new foe pack. So basically, I have no clue how this works. But I guess we're about to get a crash course on to find out. How does this work? So I have to choose one for each of my previous milestones? That sounds very, very tedious. I might just autofill it. Like, we already did them. Does it matter if I do it? Oh, no. Let's just say Hopeport, I guess. Please choose a foe for each combat milestone reached. Okay, so now I'm doing it for 2. Ooh, wait. Can I just skip all of Hopeport and everything? Wait. Which one do I want to do the least? I feel like it's Hope Forest. Hope Forest and Chronopolis. Oh no, Mines of Matubin's kind of annoying. Let me spam out Mines of Matubin. Oh no, can I choose? I'm not sure how this is work. Oh no, this is the beta. It doesn't really matter too much. Let me just go Hopeport into Hopeport into Hopeport. I want to see something. Into Hopeport. Into Hopeport. I want to make my Chronopolis really high. Or see how raid dens are going to be affected. I'm literally just going to spam Hopeport until it doesn't let me anymore. And then I'm going to... Wait, why is it still letting me do Hopeport? Okay, there we go. I've depleted Hopeport. Alright, now I'm going to spam... Oh no, should I do Mines of Matubin or Hope Forest here? What level are we up to for this pack now? That's so weird, because now I've gotten all the way to the highest thingies here, though. This is very confusing how this is working. I'm pretty sure it would make more sense in a little bit, though. Milestone 0, milestone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so milestone 17, milestone 16. I'm slightly confused. There's the enemies from earlier, because I chose my 10. Okay, I see. So this is where I chose up to. What happens if you try unlocking something that you can't otherwise kill? I don't know, let me just spam Hope Forest here real quick. Because those are way higher level than what I can kill right now. Oh no, it's not, because I'm looking at combat wrong. Never mind, never mind. Okay, I see. Wait, I see. Hold up. Because I forgot, our level is way higher than just the 5 milestone like the other one. So hello everyone, hello Isabel, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hello everyone, stopping by. Alright, and this final one would be where we have to go right now. So I don't know, do we want to do Hope Forest right now? I don't know, I guess we can keep it on Hope Forest. We could always reset the account and try this again anyways. And this should be on my current milestone then. So right now, if I want to go kill something, I am currently level 1838. It's gonna be so weird to try to say what level you are. That's the main thing that I find really confusing about the Milestones update. Saying what level you are for anything is really confusing now. Because they're just all over the place. But, let me just drop these on the ground. It's the beta, so I don't need any of this. Okay, so if I was to do combat right now, I'm level 18. We're currently milestone 18 at 38. So if I was to do combat right now, let's go see what my current enemy is. Can I easily kill a Shrigum? So let me go kill one real quick, because the teleport is very close by. So let me see if I can kill a Shrigum right now. I believe I have the gear to do it. What are they immune to? I think it's just green? I don't think I have any green weapons at the moment. So we should be fine. But let's see if I can kill a Brigum right now, or whatever that thing was. Because this should be the thing I have to kill. So this is now an 1837. We are in 1838. So let's see what our gear looks like when we go and fight this right now. Oh, they changed the coloration to potions. Oh yeah, that's the first thing I want to go check, by the way. The only reason I did that initially was because we were already there. But I really want to go check out all the new potions. I really hope they added an aggression potion. One of the main things I was hoping from this milestone update is that we would get a potion that would just let you do auto combat for like 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes straight. I want that so badly. So then the first thing we're going to do as soon as we check this milestone thing is to go check that. Also, did they scale how combat works a little bit differently? Because I don't feel like I should be beating this enemy this hard. We're actually really under-geared for it right now. Oops, I meant to re-click. I wonder if they changed the combat scaling at all during this update. Because I'm really under-geared right now, and we're actually doing pretty good against an enemy that's only 1 level lower than us. And then we got plate legs at 1837, which is still a downgrade. Hey, how much is this worth? This is worth, yeah, it's about the same as before. 15.7. I forget exactly what I was getting before, but I'm pretty sure it was around this price. I need to go double check, but I'm pretty sure that's not too much different, if different at all. Alright, cool. Anyways, let's go over to the potions. That is like the main thing I want to see from this Milestones update so much. There's so many other things too. But I'm really hoping for the aggression potion here, or whatever they're going to call it. A potion that lets you maintain combat for however long the potion lasts. Basically the inverse of a fear potion from this game. Oh yeah, I was wondering why this tab feels so empty. I'm like, wait, why does this space feel like there's so much space here? So we don't have the side tab going. There we go. There we go. Alright, let me go sell this thing, sell all that junk, sell boom boom boom. Oh, so hello, Stefan! Wait, they added it! Oh, enrage potion, please! Oh, that's huge. Okay, that's all I needed. I don't even need to know anything else in the beta. Okay, let's wrap it up. We're done here. They added aggression potion. Enrage! They did it! Okay, what do you need for this? Forager? I gotta go get level, I gotta go level Forager. Quick. Quick. What Forager level do you need? Good, I can do it. I can make the 9-minute one. That's the only one that matters. Wait, what level is 9-minute though? Enrage. Strong. Wait, I can actually make the max enrage potion right now. I would need to go get a lot of Forager though. Ooh, that means I would get like no XP for this though. That's the only problem. The 9-minute one is only a 4. What level is 4? I guess that's 200. Oh no, is this post 200? I guess this XP rate wouldn't be that bad then. But yeah, I would need to go gather 2 things. I would need pondweed and I would need bell plants. Pondweed's pretty easy to bank. It's right by a bank. Bell Plant's a little bit more annoying, but it's not that far of a walk. You could also do both of them together if you really had to and do 6 and 6 and just go back from one to the other. Like grab 6 Bell Plant, grab 6 weed, grab 6 Bell, grab 6 weed, boom, 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 and you're good to go. But yeah, I can do that now. You only need level 200 2 Forager and 200. Yeah, you only need 200 202. So I already have the level at 213. I'm not sure what I should call these. But yeah, it only requires 4 and 4-2. And we have 413. So yeah, I can make 9-minute ones. Oh, I gotta test this right now. I know what we're doing. Let's go make 9-minute real quick. I'm just gonna do one inventory just to test it. So let's go to Hope Forest Coastal. And I'm gonna test these right now. Because this is literally the only thing I wanted from this beta. I don't even care what else is in here now. Obviously, we'll still go over everything. But this was literally the one and only thing I wanted from this update, and they did it. So I'm happy. Alright, let's see. Gosh, that guy is really high level because we upgraded this area so much. Like, oh, it would absolutely destroy us. Alright, I want to go get these oh no, not those lilies. It's the other thing in this room. I think it's in this room and the other one, if I'm not mistaken. Is this one in the room south from here? Oh, they moved the rod thing over here, whatever that called. Where is it? Isn't it in this room? Wait, what room did they move it to? Wait, with the other update, did they move it all the way to the other side? Where are these bell plants? Wait, where did they move the bell plant? Wait, am I going crazy? Didn't these used to be over here? Oh yeah, in that one update they moved it north. That's fine. Oh wait, that means you can't get them both at the same time then. Is this positive, verdict positive so far? They added the only thing I wanted, so yes. I wanted aggression potions, which are called enrage potions in this game. Which is called literally something different, I feel like, in every game. RuneScape 3, Old School RuneScape, and this game all call it something different. But enrage potions is literally the one and only thing I wanted from this whole update, and they added it. It's a 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15-minute potion that lets you maintain aggression. So you can literally AFK for like 9, 12, and 15 minutes at a time. I'm testing it right now. I'm just getting a inventory real quick. So I'll grab 12 of these. I'll grab 12 of the pondweed. I just sure I grabbed the pondweed while I was already over there. But oh well. Oh wait, are these an 8 spawn now? I always thought these were only a 6. Alright, maybe I'll grab, oh no, we don't need that many. Like, it's not like we're testing this, like, forever. Okay, let me just go back to the other thing, then. I could just buy it. We're in the beta. I have infinite money. What am I doing? I keep forgetting. We're literally in the beta right now. I could literally just spend all my money, remake the account, spend all the money, remake the account. Like, we effectively have infinite. Not to mention we got refunded, so we have, like, over 100 right now, too. So what happened to my other icon? Did they, like, change it? Or, oh, no, they just moved it. Because normally I have that over there. There we go. Alright, let me go and make this potion real quick. I'll just buy it from the shop. I completely forgot. Actually, I might even have some banked, but I'll just buy it from the shop real quick. Yeah, this is literally the one and only thing I wanted from this whole update. I'm going to be AFKing Brighter Shores so much after this update. Let's see. I need pondweed. I guess it's under P. Pondweed. Tier 3, I think this one is. Oh, technically, I can make the strongest one. Let me just make the strongest one, then. Let me make 2. I want to see exactly how it works. But yeah, let me make a couple. They're really quick ones anyways. So I need what? Give me 12 of these, give me 12 of the other one. Let me just make 12 real quick. Go back to pondweed. Give me 12. Yeah, money means nothing. Actually, they're kind of cheap too if they keep this pricing. Let me see. The pricing is only, wow, it's less than 1 silver a minute. That is so free. Of course, you do have to make the potion. Yeah, I'm just going to buy these from the shop. I'm not even going to bother forging them. They made them pretty cheap unless they're going to price them later. But at current pricing, the 15-minute one is what? 6.5. Let's just say that's 6.5. Is 6.5 plus, let's just say 5.5. So it's a little under 12 silver each, which is less than 1 silver per minute of AFK. That is so good. Especially since you're making the money back. But it's less than 1 silver a minute for the highest level one. Yeah, let me go test this real quick. I was going to make one inventory. I'm making more than one just because I want to see what happens if you move from room to room when you use it. And it's not that bad for XP either. 4,000 for this make. And then we probably get like a 20, 30 something thousand there. I need to double check what it is compared to my current potion. Because this would actually be one of the strongest potions I can make right now. We're currently on milestone 6. And this potion is really close to where I currently am. Because before I was making one of those different potent potions. I was making Chronopolis potions, which was this one right here. Oh, it's called Radiant now. Interesting. Oh no, that's the 10% one. Wait, where's the weaker one? Wait. They moved to 10% potions. Nice. It's actually easier to make 10% potions now. I didn't even notice that until just now. Wait, unless they made a 15% one. Wait, what's going on here? What's going on with potions? How do I move forward? How does this screen work? Did they make a, Wait, they might have made stronger versions of some potions. Yeah, they did. Look at that. Potions go to 14% now for EXP boosts. Ooh, interesting. Wait, oh, they also moved this. What happened here? They moved my storage. How could you do such a thing? Yeah, let me go check my potion stacks. Let's see, did my 5%? They nuked the 5% mining potions. Let's see. Yeah, they buffed all of these. Interesting. Is this the lowest tier now? Interesting. 5% are now 6%, and they go up to 14%, so it's now more worthwhile to actually drink EXP potions. Because there were some instances... Oh, no, they're still 5%. Never mind. Oh, there's just more tiers of them now, it seems. As well as going higher. Because the highest tier seems like it goes to 14% now. Okay, I see. Like, my 10% are now 11%. And now there's also a 14%, like, way up higher. So that's nice. So you have access to the mid-range EXP potions a lot earlier than you otherwise would. That's pretty cool. Alright, anyways, let me go make the only potion that matters in the entire game now. The 15-minute AFK potion. Oh, I am going to make so many of these. Time to go sell all my Chronopolis potions. Just make these for the rest of the time. But yeah, these are going to be juicy. If this does exactly what I think it will, this is my favorite potion to ever exist in the rest of this game's history. Makes a foe of your choice aggressive. I hope that applies to everything in the room. We're about to find out, though. Oh, so when you go from room to room, this wouldn't affect it then. Wait, does that mean if you go from room to room? Wait, I want to check something then. I actually don't want to use this for combat initially. I want to check what this will do. Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, that's what Fear Potion does. I was going to say, could you make them unaggressive? No, we're just going to make them aggressive so we can go AFK. So if I was to AFK something with what I did for combat right now, we would want to do something that we could obviously never die to. So, oh no, okay, good. So we can kind of test on Viper then, or Wendigo. I don't know, we'll try it on Wendigo, I guess. Because Vipers do yellow damage, which might eventually kill me. So I'll try to plus this is closer to the teleporter. So I'm going to try to test this on the Wendigo then. So if this does exactly what I think it will, all we have to do is walk into the Wendigo room. Oddly enough, try to get away from combat so we can actually drink the potion. Then we drink this potion, trigger it onto Wendigo or whatever we have to do with it. And then for 15 minutes, we should just be able to do literally nothing. Obviously, we're not going to do it for the full 15 minutes. But, yeah, let's go test it. Yeah, we should have our final one. So, hopefully this does exactly what I think it will. And if it does, then I will be AFKing this for like 10 hours a day going forward. Back to doing Brighter Shores all day, every day. A lot of that would be still off stream, though. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They changed up this room so much. They had, like, bramble shortcuts all over the place. We'll be checking that soon. But first, let me go check this potion. So, first, I got to run away from him. But then after running away from him, I'm then going to drink this. Warning. For the duration of the Enrage potion, the chosen foe will be aggressive towards you. Defeating the chosen foe will not grant the immunity shield. Yep, that's exactly what we want. Give me that. Alright, now we go and click on him. I'll use my blue weapon, why not? They're weak to blue. Oh, no, never mind. You're immune to blue. Don't do that, don't do that. Ignore that. Okay, so now what should happen is I should win every fight because I'm a higher level than him. He's going to give a little bit worse XP. Like, for example, this is only giving 135k XP. Whereas the best thing I could be killing right now with what I did with the Milestones would be this, which is giving about almost double the amount of XP. However, I should never lose this fight based on my gear and its stats and everything. So I might be taking a almost half XP cut. Not because it's giving less, but because I'm doing a weaker enemy. But I can AFK. He just goes and does the next one. And it goes for 15 minutes straight. This is perfect. Okay. Well, I can't wait for the patch in 2 weeks. I'm literally going to do this every second. If I'm going out of the house, I'll literally just drink this potion, go into a room. Oh, wait, but you have to keep moving. I forgot. This game needs to increase their AFK activity. Isn't the AFK timer for this game like 5 minutes? I need to go mention that in the email then. Everyone mentioned to them in the beta they need to increase the AFK time, unless the patch already did that. which case ignore what I just said. I need to check that later. But this game needs like a 15 to like 25 minute AFK timer or something. Because right now you don't do anything for like 5 minutes and it logs you out. You gotta increase it to like 20-ish so this potion could work properly. But yeah, just drink the potion, 15 minutes, you just sit here doing nothing. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright, this will be the last one we go for. But yeah, it does exactly what I wanted it to. Perfect. Alright, now I want to go check all the other potions now. This was the only one I really wanted, but they added more than just this one, I'm pretty sure. Because they specifically said potions, not potion. Even though this is like the potion. Though you do have to keep in mind, unless they change the timer, items only last on the ground for 10 minutes. So you do need to make sure you keep grabbing them from the ground. Otherwise, you'll lose all your items if you're using like a 15-minute potion. There's a good chance going through 2,000... Oh yeah, this makes 2,000 combat basically free now. You can literally just AFK it like this. It's about 40 to 50... It's about 40% worse than doing it normally, I would say. But you can literally AFK for 15 minutes straight if you have the alchemy level. Though you don't need that high to be able to do it, obviously. You just have to do a shorter potion. But you would need what is currently level 300 alchemy in the current state of the game to use this max potion. But obviously there's smaller versions, so... Even if you only have 200, you could do a 9-minute one. Which is actually one of the more optimal ones, because items on the ground, I believe, still last for 10 minutes. So if a guy ever stops attacking, like if you hear no audio of attacks, if you use the 9-minute one, you'll know to grab all your items. It's basically a reminder to grab everything. So the 9-minute one's actually really useful. Anyone who has trading enabled, you'd probably want to use the 9-minute ones only. As whenever your guy stops attacking, is a reminder to pick everything off the ground so he doesn't despawn. 12 and 15 obviously last longer, but you don't really get like an in-game reminder to go pick up everything. Alright, I would like to stop doing this now. And now there's one other thing I want to go check real quick. Since this is targeted on an enemy, if I go to this room and kill one, what should happen is they are still aggressive to me afterwards as well. So if you want to switch rooms, if it gets really crowded for some reason, what should happen here, since I used it on this enemy, this guy should now start attacking me as soon as this one dies. Obviously, in the past, what would normally happen is we'd get a shield. But since we still used it on this enemy, it doesn't tell you what enemy you have it used on. But since this was the last enemy we used on, it should still respect the no shield thing. I'll find out in a second when we do or don't get shield. But if I do absolutely nothing, that guy over there should start attacking us. If he could see me. Might have to move over to him. But we shouldn't have a protective shield. Hello, do you want to come over? It doesn't look like we have a protective shield. So if we go over here... Yeah, okay, yeah, it does. I'm just a little bit too far away. And if I go back over here, it'd still be it too. Yep, perfect. Okay, nice. Alright, now I guess one other thing I wanted to go test with this is... Let me go use this on another enemy real quick. Oh no, where's the closest enemy here? I'm gonna go over here. Let me go use the new bramble shortcut. We'll be testing Chapter 2 a little bit more later. But I added a bunch of new bramble shortcuts. Do I have the level for this? I need 325. I don't think I have the level for it. No! That's gonna get a little bit annoying. There's a bunch of shortcuts now, but so many of them have requirements. Well, time to go get woodcutting up as well. But yeah, Chapter 2 has a billion shortcuts now that are all locked behind having a higher woodcutting level. So higher woodcutting is really good. So what I want to go do now is I want to drink this potion. And then use it on him. You need to wait. Oh! Okay, that's one weird thing with this potion. You can't cleanse it, so you kind of have to commit to whatever enemy you do it on. Alright, that's fine. Realistically, you're only ever using on one enemy at a time anyways. I just wanted to see what would happen if we try to switch it midway. But yeah, we can't switch it midway. That's fine. Because you're only really using it on one ever anyways. Alright, cool. Alright, well, everything I wanted from the patch we already got, so we're good to go. Next, let's go check all the potions. I'm trying to do a hope port only right now. I kind of got over here because of the potion testing. But let's go try now all the other potions. Yeah, this is already everything I wanted from the update. This is huge. Have I discovered yet any that each monster now gives different levels of EXP, loot, and KP? I have not checked that yet. I did see that from one of the images that I used for the thumbnail, though. Because I had to try to find some kind of asset for it. And it does seem like everything has like an EXP breakdown now. Can I like check that on their page? How does that work? Info. How do you check that thing? Here it is. Yeah, so now every single resource has an EXP, knowledge, and profit breakdown. So is that the case for enemies too? Let's see. Yeah. This thing is really good for loot. Really average for knowledge. Really good for EXP. Let's see. Yeah, each one has a different breakdown. Okay, that's cool. So we'd want to find one that's really good for EXP and knowledge then. Or even just EXP in general. So what's a Wendigo? So Wendigo was really average on everything. So we got to see basically what was perfectly average. But if we were to AFK, oh no, let's say beers. Beers are better EXP and loot, but worse for knowledge. Interesting. And Wendigos kind of even down the line. How about a Deadly Bramble? We might be able to AFK those soon. Those are a little bit worse on loot, but better on EXP. Which honestly, I think we care about EXP more than loot from combat. Like EXP and knowledge are the two I care about the most, probably. So if we ever see one that's high here, but low on loot. Though I haven't seen anything in combat that's low on loot. They're all kind of good for loot, which it makes sense because their loot drops are kind of insane. Oh yeah, this is an AFK activity. Do those have different breakdowns too, or no? They should all be pretty much the same. Not sure why they would be too much different. No, a couple of them actually are a little bit different. That's kind of weird. You don't really get to choose which one of these. Like, this one's really good for profit, but worse for XP. Interesting. Alright, that's kind of cool. Alright, where are the other potions? So the only thing I wanted from the update, they already added in rage potions. I'll probably just buy it from the shop unless they spike up the price. Because they're less than 1 silver per minute, which is already basically free, so that's great. Because you're making your money back from killing things. Alright, luck potion. Okay, let's guess what each potion will do before we click on it. So in Rage, we kind of already knew because this was just going to be the aggression potion. It was very obviously we're going to eventually add an opposite of fear potion, and I'm really glad they finally did. Luck potion, I assume, would make it easier to find 3- and 4-star gears from killing an enemy, because currently nothing else is a luck roll in the entire game. So this would have to make rarer equipment more likely, I would assume. What does it do? How do I even check? It doesn't even say. Wait, what? What? What does a luck potion do? Hello? Luck potion. I came here to check what it did. Oh, you can see future recipes too. That's nice. I should probably keep that on just so we can know. But, hello? Wait, does that mean that future recipe? Oh, you can get even higher in Rage Potion. I forgot they added more tiers for everything. So you can get even higher than 15 minute. Oh, that's nice. 24 minute AFK. Okay, we need a 25 minute timer stat. They need the old school RuneScape 25 minute timer that they also added to mobile recently for the 24 minute AFK potion. Oh, that'd be perfect. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out what this potion does now. Luck potion. 6 charge, 7 charge, 8 charge, 9 charge, radiant. What does it do though? Okay, let me just make one. I'm just gonna make one and we'll figure it out then. Some of this resource I should already have there. I should have the clover in here. I'm not sure what the other resource is though. So here's some clover. Let's do the lowest tier one, I guess. So we got a red clover. And what was the other material I needed for that? Some kind of red clover and what was the other one? Luck potion is sage. Okay, sage. Oh, isn't sage the one all the way south? That's the one that's really annoying, but I think they added a bank right next to it. This used to be the most annoying resource in the entire game, the bank. But I'm pretty sure they have since added a storage rift like right on top of it. But this is now used for the new luck potion. The biggest issue with the clover, though, is the clover is one of the ones that require really high carpentry if you're on an Iron Man to be able to go make the thing. Unless they changed that during this beta. But you need a really, really high woodcutting and a carpenter level to be able to get high level sage. Oh, I need a white. Oh wait, I'm using the wrong clover tier. Luckily I have both in the bank. Give me that. All right. There we go. Wait, white clover. Oh, both of these are wrong. Oops. Fine, I'll go buy a white clover. Fine, we'll go get the white one. I thought that was the right colored one. Apparently not. Give me a white clover. Let's go see what the luck potion does. White clover, white clover. Actually, it would be under C. White clover, white clover. Clover, white, large hop clover. Is that the right one? Doesn't look like the right one. No, where's the clover thing again? This one. Alright. Alright, let's go make this potion and see what it does. Because for whatever reason, that screen doesn't seem like it has the tooltip to say what it does. But I would assume this makes it more likely to find better gear. And it seems like it has a certain amount of charges, so maybe it's per kill. Or maybe it's per drop. So it's probably per kill. Because per drop would be kind of insane. If it guarantees you that many higher tier drops. Because it's going to make it so easy to get higher gear then if it's per drop. Let's see how this works. What is this? So this works 6 times. Doubles the probability of getting an uncommon, rare, or epic. Okay, it does work on uncommons, unfortunately. So this is going to be eating up a lot of your uncommons, but it makes it less likely you'll get a 1-star. Uncommon is 2, rare is 3, epic is 4. Oh wait, or is that the other way around? Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I was right. And it gives 6 charges per dose. Okay. And we still have the aggression timer on, so you know what? Let's go use the AFK thing. Alright, so let me go over to Hope Forest Central again. But now we'll drink the luck. Wow, now you can use luck potions and the other thing at the same time. Oh, that'd be huge. The only problem is you're going to be fighting something weaker, so maybe you wouldn't use the luck potions. They might be too expensive to use if you're buying your own supplies. The other thing are basically free. But yeah, let's go check the luck potion. So this makes it 2 times more likely we'll get a rarer drop. And the other potion makes it so we can AFK for 15 minutes straight. And this makes it so the next 6 drops are twice as likely to be a rarer one. aka anything that isn't a 1-star. Yeah, there we go. Interesting. Alright, there's something else I was going to check with that. Let's see, active XP boost, passive XP boost. Interesting. What is counting as my active boost? Is that because I have so much upgrade in this area? Do you get more of a boost if you upgrade the same area or something? Coming soon, coming soon. What are those other things there? Unlocked. We got literally nothing. Rip one of the charges. I wish I had a number here saying how many charges I have left. Luck 6 charges. Wait! Oh! Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. It doesn't consume a charge unless you get a drop. Okay, these are 100% worth it. Always use luck. Never mind, scratch that. You should always be under the effect of luck then. Hold up. It doesn't lose a charge. I thought it would lose a charge per kill. But it's only losing a charge per drop. So if I don't get a drop here, let's see. Does it do it for any drop or only a good drop? So I got a drop. Okay. It does consume a charge per drop, but only if you actually get a drop. If you roll coins or resource, it doesn't use it. So it's in between what I thought it would do. I thought it would waste 1 per kill, but it only wastes 1 per unique drop that could have given you something. So the first kill, it gave us gold, so it didn't use a charge. But the second one, we got a common drop, so it consumed 1. Even though it didn't give us a rare drop, it still consumed a charge then. Okay. So per item drop that it gives you better luck on, it'll consume 1 charge, even if you do or don't get a drop from it. Or, you know, an actual positive one. So it shouldn't have used a charge there because I only got money. So yeah, it's still at 5. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, it's a... Basically, every time it could roll to give you a better drop is when it uses a charge. So only on an item drop does it consume any. So yeah, these might be worth using then. They do waste charges when you get 1-stars, but they're making every 1-star you get be twice as likely to be not a 1-star. So basically, you'll be getting rare gear twice as quick if you use these, essentially. It just doubles the time that you'll get, or you know, it makes it twice as common that you'll get the higher rarity stuff. So yeah, that's pretty good. It's a really good potion. Both of these are, especially in combination. These 2 in combination is absolutely insane. AFK potion into a double RNG potion. Good thing I waited on the combat grind. That is so nice. All right, well, let's keep going down the line and keep testing the potions. But yeah, AFKing with that combo is so nice. The only slight issue with that is you would have to walk out of the room occasionally to reapply luck. Because if you're constantly perpetually in battle, you can't drink the luck potion unless you're out of battle. Unless they changed that. I don't think they have yet. But currently you can't drink a potion mid-combat other than combat potions. So you'd either have to drink it really quick in between or walk out of the room, drink it, and then walk back in. Which is a little bit annoying, but probably worth it for the extra RNG. Alright, let's go check the other supplies here then. Alright, what other new potions did they add? So they added a AFK potion for infinite XP and money. They added a luck potion to be able to get double the amount of loot while doing such a thing. What else have they added? They added a bunch of new higher XP potions for a lot of things. Okay, Explorer Potion. What does this do? I'm trying to think what this could do. If I had to guess, it's a double chance to double your loot whenever you forge something. So one thing that's interesting here, though, it does have a different border. The boost level one has blue, and this one has yellow for some reason. That's weird. But if I had to guess, this is a % chance, or maybe even guaranteed, that you just double forge, which would actually be pretty huge. Again, it doesn't say what it does. All right, let me just go make one real quick. I need, what is this? These are both resources from next chapter, so you'd have to buy them from the shop regardless. But I need Centipede and, I need a not creep. Oh, okay, I need Creeper. All right, so it's a double C. Centipede and Creeper I need. Let me just make the highest tier one. And we need a Centipede and a Creeper. Alright, let's see. Centipede and Creeper, Centipede and Creeper. Centipede, I'll grab a few. I want to make a billion, though. And I need a Creeper, Creeper. That should be it, right? Yep, that's the one. Alright, let's make a couple of them. Let's see what this potion does. Oh, yeah, that's for the passive. Oh, some of the other ones were passive potions, too, and they didn't have the different border. Because multiple of those are passive. Which is why I didn't think it was passive. Because these ones are also passive. Like these squared ones over here. It's the circles that have passive. Which is why I'm not sure why the boost one has that. Because any of them that have this little like night circle thing, these are all the passive potions. So why is the boost one blue? Oh, wow. You can get up to plus 10 boost now. That's kind of crazy. I got to start making these AFK every time they come up. These are really strong. Be able to do AFK activities like several levels before you normally can is a massive EXP boost. Especially if you use these pre-200 to do post-200, because now you can. You can use the level 150 something potion to be able to go post-200. Unless the EXP curve is a lot weirder now. Because that's something I'm not sure of, is how on earth the EXP curve now works. But if it's still a giant cutoff from 3 to 4, or, you know, level 200, then doing it at, you know, like a 3 something to be able to do a 4 activity would be very strong if that's still the case. I'm not sure if they've drastically changed it, though. Oh, it doesn't take a deep dive after 200 anymore? Okay, so they even it out. So the effects of that potion probably isn't as useful then. But still kind of good. Be able to do it at passive activity several levels earlier is still pretty solid. Especially if it's activity that actually gives a good resource. Whereas your current one might not. Anyways, let me go make this potion and see what it does. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, yeah, never mind. That's just the preparation. What does that say for extra info, though? It says it's 60% strong. So this is probably a 60% chance we get, like, double loot whenever we gather something. Oh, that's really good if that's what this is, though. Like a 60% gathering boost. Use this oh, this is a potent potion. I'm gonna go do the potents real quick. Oh, this was a normal one. Oh, that's good. That means these will be good for XP, too. So if there's actually a good potion, that's great. Because potent potions are better to do than normal ones. I'm just gonna make these real quick. Once we grab the first one, we'll go see what it does, though. Though checking the tooltip, I believe freezes our guy, though, unfortunately. Alright, what does this potion do? Whatever it does, it boosts it by 60%. And it looks like green slime. Alright, let's see what this thing does. Alright, increase the probability of finding a rare room in a dungeon. Oh! That's a piece of content that doesn't exist yet. Alright, so these do nothing then. It makes the probability of finding a rare room in a dungeon. You'll find rare rooms 60% more often. Interesting. Wonder what the base chance of finding a rare room would be then. Interesting. So this is a dungeoneering potion. Obviously, they're not making dungeoneering an actual skill this time around. But when they add dungeons, yeah, this will be for dungeons then. Which means this potion is pretty useless in the current state of the game, but it might be really good. The problem is we have no clue how useful a rare room is. But given that it's rare, I would assume better than a normal room. So pre-making some of these might be useful then. If they're at a level where it's worth doing, this is technically the best potion I could be making at my level range. So from a training alchemy perspective, this is the best potion I could be making right now. So maybe I will make these in the main game. I think they were a little bit pricey supply-wise, but it is the best XP I could be getting at the moment. There's not a single thing stronger than this currently for XP at my current level range. Unless they adjust the numbers a little bit more later. But assuming these stay the same, this will be our best potion we can make at this exact moment in time. Interesting. That and those 15-minute rages I really want. Which are really cheap, only like 1 silver a minute. Alright, cool. So if I drink it now, you can only drink an explorer potion when in a dungeon. Dungeons will be added to the game in a future update. Okay, yeah. Obviously, we're not getting dungeons yet. We kind of already knew that, though. But yeah, interesting. Our first sign of dungeons existing in the game. Alright, anyways, what else is new here? Is that it? Okay, so those were only 3 new potions they added. With Enrage being an AFK potion to get infinite gold and combat XP while doing literally nothing. Luck Potion, which doubles the chance of getting rarer loot, basically anything 2-star or higher, aka anything that's not a common. And Explorer Potions to make rare rooms and dungeons better, which does literally nothing right now, but is probably very useful later down the line. Cool. Alright, well that's alchemy checked. Let's go check Chef now. Alright, Chef. Is food still useless? I would assume the answer is yes. What does this shop look like now? I'm pretty sure they haven't really buffed Chef to be relevant in any way, shape, or form. There's like a few more items here, but if all these are just for selling, then they're really just for the tasks on the board. Let's see if they changed the bounty board. I know they're not adding bounty changes necessarily to this update, but given that it's really tied to Chef, they might have added it now. So let's see what happens if we go check this board. Yeah, this is cook only. Okay. Interesting. So you don't have to deliver these. These are all low-level bounties then. So for example, this one is pretty easy to make. I should already have all the supplies, I'm pretty sure. So let me go make both of these. Wait, why is the payout so bad? Wait, do these keep wait, why do these refresh so slow? These bounties are really bad. Wait, these bounties are like horrifically bad. Oh, so is it me or does this room feel wider? Has it just not been in this room for that long? Okay, if this is the one I think it is, what do you even need for these pastry thingies? I almost forget. It's this, leeks, and something else. Hopefully this is the right tier. Leek and, I think it was chicken. Do I have any chicken? Chicken. I think that's everything you need for this. Should still be the same recipe. Hopefully this is the right tier. I'm not sure if this is the right tier anymore, but let's hope it is. Oh wait, that means these banked resources I had earlier are actually good again. Before, this wasn't worth me cooking because it's only level 200, but now it's a level 238. So it's actually worth me cooking again, which is great because I already have them banked. I wasn't able to use them before because they were outside of my XP range by the time I got there. But now they're worth cooking again because they made it a higher level. And it should auto-complete my bounty thing. So if I go and cook these now. So I have 2 new bounties. So what, I just cook them and it just auto-completes? Or do I have to sell it to the guy? Or do I just have to cook it? Yes, just cooking it auto-completes. Though you can't auto-complete multiple, you do have to do individual. Like if one task says to do 2 and one says to do 4, you gotta cook 6, not 4. It's not like the other bounties where you can... Well, I guess the other bounties you still have to bring this full amount too. Interesting. The only weird thing about that though is they're still an hour long. Like they're not refreshing every 2 minutes. Because if they did have quick ones like that refresh every 2 minutes, that would make sense. But that gave almost nothing, and I gotta wait like another... Oh, no, no, okay, I see. Never mind. So what's the other timer for? Okay. So never mind. Yeah, they did refresh. So you just keep spamming these, and if you want to go make a delivery, you start stacking deliveries. Okay, that's cool. So basically, you have to go and keep doing the quick ones if you want to do it optimally. Like right now, it'd be really good for me to make Grenard soups. Actually, do I have some Grenard stuff? I think I might have that banked. I should have both Grenard and the thing for it. So now I just grab 2 Grenards. Which is this, and I believe Grenard. I haven't done Chef in so long. And then these should be the right Grenard, I'm pretty sure. This is my really high level Grenard. How do you do Grenard again? I completely forget. It's been so long since I touched Chef. Oh, this isn't the right tier. I need Tub Grenard. Really? What tier is this? Oh, they made this one a higher level. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's outside my level range. Never mind. Well, I can't do that. Wait. Yeah, I need the lower tier one then. Well, I can't do that right now then. Alright, that's fine. Interesting. But yeah, there's like 2 different tiers of things now. Where you have like the really quick ones that you keep doing, and then the actual delivery ones, which were the same as before. Oh, interesting. So you could probably double dip it then. So if I was to take this and make 2 stout poached trout, I could then deliver one and get the XP for it and double dip it. Oh, so this one's epic and says 4 times extra XP, so they do have rarities like they mentioned as well. Interesting. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna drop these to the ground for now then. Alright, but yeah, that's Chef now. You have like active bounties you can do quickly and then the delivery ones. Cool, cool. Okay, so, what would we not check then? Forager and fishing. I don't think either of these really changed much other than them just adding more fish and everything. I don't think they had anything new to Forager other than more tiers of everything. Let me check Forager. But I don't think we got any new resource necessarily. We just got more of each resource to fill out all of the level range. Oh yeah, we did get the new monument. Let me go check what the monument looks like. Well, first things first, let me go check all the new fish. So the other thing I didn't check here is there should be new fish types that we haven't seen yet. Oh yeah, that guy's gonna obliterate me since I did all in on this area. We don't want that. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. So if I go check these fish, what new fish did they add? So one new fish that they added are salmon. Do they just catch with a spear? Past milestones. 5. Give me that. Oh, that has a little new animation too. Right, there we go. Good old salmon. Is there 3 in this room and 3 in the other? It's a little bit weird. What is the breakdown for salmon? These must be worth a lot, but give little XP. If I had to already guess based on how these are distributed. Interesting. They say XP is good on them. Well, maybe they are for the level range. Profits high, XP highs, knowledge is low. Which makes sense because these are a mile away from each other. Yeah, salmon are really annoying to get. But apparently they're worth a lot, I guess, if you cook them and everything. I don't know, how much are one worth? Honestly, not that much. I guess the XP might be good for this level range. It just seems bad given they have to go to 2 different fishing pools. It seems like your effective XP is going to be really bad. Alright, this looks like it works exactly the same as it does now. So knowledge doesn't work any different. Passive activities, I assume, work exactly the same too. Save for later. Okay, so everything in that screen is exactly the same. I don't think anything changed. Was there another fishing area? Yeah, all the way over there. Let me check what other new fish they added. Is there any other one? It seems like it's just these 2. There's nothing over there. Island hideout. Shark draw. Oh, there are some new forager stuff. Interesting. Some of the quest areas they added some new stuff to over there. Now, what fish is this? Sardines! Are these going to be caught with that new co-op net? Oh, this uses a brand new net I don't even have. They added a new resource for this. A cast net. Wait, I already have a cast net. Oh, this is too high of a level. Never mind. Cast net level 3. Oh! You can upgrade the cast net now. That or just never bothered upgrading mine earlier. So I have the resource, I just don't have it upgraded. Oh, well, give me the lowest level one then. Give me level 2, I can catch that one. There we go, we got the new sardines. I assume there's like 3 here, 3 in the other one. I assume this is still not worth doing for co-op. I guess if you need them for chef or anything. Alright, well there we go. There's probably 3 here and 3 in this room, right? Yep, sardines again. Okay. Apparently there's some kind of other new resource over there. I guess I'll go teleport that out real quick. So Forager did get something new. A shark draw and whatever's in the other room, which might just be shark draw again. Oh, that's not the right teleport. Whoops. But yeah, let me go check out what the shark draw is. I assume it's for one of the new potions. Or maybe not one of the new potion, but I guess one of the old potions. But for a higher tier or something, I'm not sure. Because we already did all 3 of the other new potions and it didn't use a shark draw at all. So I'm not sure what that resource is for. Well, I guess once we pick it up, it'll tell us, so we'll find out in a second. Let's go ahead over there, check that out. And that should be everything in Chapter 1 checked. With by far the most useful thing being the AFK potion. And somewhat the luck potion, but more so the AFK. Oh! Jades! Yeah, that was the other thing they added. So Jade Monument pieces, what is every room of Jade Monument pieces in? So you can now find them on this shore, which now made mana raise even better. As if they need even more of a buff with how much Forager is in this room now. So they got another buff. They moved the bones that were in this room earlier too. Because they added bones here, but then removed it. Where is Jade? I want to see every room that Jade appears in. Where even is my next Jade objective? There it is. Ray Bay and one other room. Let's figure out where that one other room is then. Oh, nice! Yeah, you got the Jade Chim over here because you auto-unlock it for all the previous tiers. There's also apparently some kind of reward now for finishing this. What that is, I have no clue because I don't have it finished. Let's see if it gives me a partial reward. Because I have it partially built. Hello. How's the repairs? Tell me about the monument. How's the repairs going? Wow, we have like barely any done now. They really changed how... Wow, really? I'm on milestone 4 and I have like almost none done. They really changed how monument works then for upgrades. It would make sense. I barely have this built either. I wonder what the reward is. Yeah, we got a lot of work to work on that then. Alright, where's the other room with Jade then? Are they both on the beach? Because there's one more room with Jade parts in it. So one of them is in the Mana Ray room. Oh, and the other one is in the, whatever this fish was. I think it was bass. The, cod. Interesting. So unless they're going to move those again, it's in these two rooms. So cod got a buff for that, and this got a buff. As if Mana Rays even needed more of a buff. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, cool. And you can also just store it here and then bring them out and bring it over to her. Because if you store them here, one thing that you should be able to do, let me actually test it right now. If I pick up this monument piece, what I should be able to do... Let me grab tier 2 too in case I need it for the other one. What I should be able to do is bank it here. So what you would do is catch a bunch of mana rays, catch the other thing. You would then bank it all. You would do that for hours on end. Oh, apparently you can't bank this one. Which one was this? Interesting. You can't bank sardines for some reason. But you would bank it there. Do that for hours. Then once you're done, you should be able to grab it from here. So you don't have to walk every time. And then you would grab your pieces that you need. I have no clue which one I needed. Let me just grab them all. Then you would grab your full inventory of whatever piece you just farmed. Bring it to her and just go back and forth this way. So you wouldn't have to bank that far at all. You'd have to go from there to there and then from here to here. There we go. Cool. Alright. Alright, next order of business. I think that's everything from chapter 1. So now let's go check chapter 2 and keep moving forward. With the biggest change for chapter 1 definitely being the AFK potion. And the luck potion. But the AFK one is so nice. A nice little pathway over here now. I assume with a shortcut. Yep. And I have the level for this one. We could use this to just go straight through. Cool, cool. I think that's probably the biggest change that happened with this chapter. I don't think they changed much else. Because what else did this chapter get other than that? Let me go check the shop. I want to see if I could buy the highest tier for the bee that was added from that one bee quest. I want to see if we could buy the highest tier log now. But yeah, I think that's mostly the only change that happened to chapter 2. Is there's now a billion shortcuts everywhere. Off the woodcutting skill. I'm pretty sure botanist and carpenter are pretty unchanged at the moment. Carpenter probably won't see a big change until it gets minigame. And botanist was obviously a gigantic change when it was changed from gatherer. What I'm looking for here is... I actually forget. I think it was oaks. Yeah, it won't let me buy tier 6 oaks. Oh, wait. Wait, I forgot about that. Let me go double check. Because now with all the tier changes... Wait. Can I make this now? That'd be huge if so. If I go to Hope Forest North... There is one singular beehive I wasn't able to make. Because if you were an Iron Man, it required, like the beehive itself required 250 carpenter, which we have. Like that level right there, 507, or 257. So they actually raised the level of this. However, it requires 4 sturdy oak logs. Before this was at a level range that I couldn't do. So 4 sturdy oaks. I want to see if I could buy this now, because they might have shimmied around the number, so I can. So I need 4 sturdy oak. What level can you do for sturdy oak? Yeah, you can! Huge! They changed it! Because before there was a big disparity between the woodcutting level and the carpenter level. Where the carpenter level was 250, but you needed like 300 something woodcutting. But they changed it. Now you need level 206, or 257 woodcutting, and 257 carpenter. So now it's actually more aligned perfectly. Nice. I'm just going to buy it, though. Probably should have just grabbed it from the oak trees around, but we're already here. So it should be, what, sturdy oak? Are you sturdy? Yep, that's the one. Nice, so I can actually make this beehive now. So that means we have every beehive operational now as of the patch. There's no longer a big disparity between your woodcutting and carpenter level for this anymore. That is the wrong teleport. Nice. So now we have the bee boost across the entire area now. From the bee, what's the quest called again? I completely forget now, because. But now we have everything operational from the because event. Unless they added more of these somewheres. But assuming they didn't add more bee nests, that is all of the bee nests repaired now. Nice, and we didn't even need to level any. Oh, it's half built. Right, now it's fully built. Nice, there we go. And now that should be every bee housed. But yeah, that's a nice reduction in requirement. Before we would have needed like 350 woodcutting, now you only need like 257, 257. It's still pretty high, but it's not that bad. But yeah, now we have a 10% bonus. The main thing that this is relevant for is the luck potion. As this now gives a bonus to Sage. I mean to Clover. Also gives a bonus to Sage up there. Wait, did they move Sage? I thought this was the Dock Leaf earlier. But I guess they moved it over here because it's required for the other potion. Does that mean the Dock Leaf is all the way down there now? Bamboo. Wait, where did they move the Dock Leaf to? Or did the resources get removed? I have no clue. Let me see. Dock Leaf, Dock Leaf, Dock Leaf, Dock Leaf. Where's Dock Leaf located now? Oh, they moved Dock Leaf to two-headed bears. Interesting. So they moved this here because this is related to Clover. So if you want to get the best rate for luck potions, you would need 257 woodcutting and carpenter to be able to make this beehive then. Because these are the two needed for the really good luck potion. It was Sage and Clover that was required for it. So you need 257 woodcutting and carpenter to make it. Or I guess if you're on a main account, just 257 carpenter. Alright, there we go. Alright, nice. Anyways, what else were we doing? Is there anything else in this chapter, or is that it? Did Carpenter literally get any change at all? Oh yeah, the AFK trees. Where are these? Not those. Where are the AFK trees? How do I just get to passive? Passive for woodcutting. Where are the AFK woodcutting trees? Passive. Show me on map. Okay, interesting, interesting. There's one of them. Yeah, forget about that. They added a bunch of new AFK trees everywhere. I only got to look at a couple of them, I guess. Where are we now? Let me just go head over there. We're like right next to it. But they added a bunch of new AFK trees to the game. I mean, not a bunch, but a couple of them. And they gave the new resources to just kind of consolidate the skill. Because you can no longer AFK on the normal trees. Double XP remaining. Wait, they changed AFK potions to double? Wait, what is this? Double XP remaining? What is this from? Did they change how XP potions work? Hold up, we might not be done with chapter 1. What do you mean double XP remaining? Double XP weekends coming up? No. Could you imagine? Are they bringing double XP weekends back? What is this double XP thing from? These have 0% double XP remaining. Where are the passive potions? Where's the passive potion for this chapter? It doesn't say what it does. Let me find a lower tier one. Radiant, blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Info. Boost your passive XP gain in Hope Forest by 10% last 1 hour. So what does it mean by double XP then? Because that would just be 10%. I don't know. I kind of want to go test it. To Hope Forest, or to chapter 1 again. I want to go check something. I'm going to just test it in this chapter though. Let me go buy a Hope Port XP potion and see what happens when I go to the XP thing while drinking it. Because I'm not sure what it means by double XP. Because currently there wouldn't be any way to get double XP in that regard. No, let me go check. I'm just going to buy from the shop. We have infinite money during the beta. Well, effectively. Trade. Oh, you can even buy these other ones. Those not worth. They're already less than 1 silver per minute. So even buying the cheapest one is super not worth. Though it might be worth it for the dungeon potion. And let's see, where's the luck potion? Honestly, I might just buy my own lucks. You get 6 rolls, Basically, it's like 2 silver a roll. I honestly might just buy luck potions. I'm going to make my own aggression potions for sure. Because I'd much rather have like the 15-minute one for basically the same price. But since these give less XP, I might just... well, I'll check the XP once we know exactly what their XP drops are going to be in the live game. But due to how much more these cost, I might just buy them and make the other potion. I don't know, we'll see. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, XP potion. For Hope Port. Oh well, you can actually buy pretty deep into them now too. Though there's no reason why I would want to do that. But you can buy way deeper than you could before. Like way, way deeper. I wonder if that's based on your alchemy level or what. Because I can only buy to tier 3 some of these. But these are way deeper than you were previously able to get for a lot of these potions. Interesting. Well, let me try the highest one, I guess, since the money doesn't matter right now. I'll just test it on this thing. So let me try doing it without drinking. So I'm not drinking, and it says double XP remaining 0%. Oops, I did not mean to log out. That's not what I wanted. Alright, so stop doing that. I'm now going to drink this potion. Is it still going to say 0%? Huh. Are they bringing back double XP weekends? What is this? Double XP remaining, 0%. That's interesting. I need to go read the patch notes to more know about that. Interesting, interesting. Anyways, I think that's everything in Chapter 1 and 2 checked then. So the biggest changes in Chapter 1 are Aggression Potion and Luck Potion by far. Chapter 2 is mostly just a bunch of shortcuts. All the other things are pretty small. Let's go check Chapter 3 now. I'm not aware of anything at all that changed other than the minecart system. Oh, so what is this coming soon? Coming soon, unlocked, unlocked. The main thing I don't understand is what is all these XP things here? Active EXP boost is 600%. Passive EXP boost is 1,360%. I don't understand that at all. What that means. Alright, so I'm level 400 miner. So we technically have access to that. It's weird, and it's a different XP for each range as well. Alright, well let me go try the minecarts then. That's the highest thing I could do right now. Interesting. Alright, let me go ahead to minecarts and then we'll go test some of the other stuff. And of course you don't have to go do all the walkarounds anymore over here, which I do kind of miss. I like the really optimal pathing that you could do for this area. But they removed it, they nuked it. It's no longer with us. Oh yeah, didn't they add some kind of new ore thing? I forgot about that. There actually are a couple changes. They had some kind of new passive. They added for smithing to make it more in line with a lot of the other skills. The minecart system was the main one I recall. Because now there's a minecart system for every single level, and apparently it's how you start every level range. So every single level range in the entire game now starts with minecarting. Yeah, let's see what we have to do. We have to go over to horseshoes. Where even are horseshoes? I would assume up north because it's the only place we haven't been. So let me figure out where horseshoes are first. And then we can also do the new smithing thing, which are horseshoes as well, so it works out. Is it right here? I assume this is the horseshoes guy. What does he have to say about it? Hey pal, I could use some help here. I'm willing to pay someone to make me some horseshoes at this forge. Also, if you're looking to do some minecart work, yeah, I'm about to do that right now. This is the place to load up your horseshoe carts. Is this your forge? Why do you need horseshoes? There's no horses here. We ship them out to the mines with minecarts, and we sell them, especially to Cyclopses. Oh yeah, they need it for the unicorns. Cyclopses need a lot of horseshoes for some reason. Alright, let's see. Is this your forge? It is now. We found it abandoned and fixed it up. We're set it up all perfect for making horseshoes. Alright, good enough. I just realized this isn't even a goblin, this is a guy. But yeah, this is the new AFK for smithing that doesn't require any resources. Before, every single smithing AFK required resources, making the most expensive AFK activity in the game. But now it's more in line with like stonemason and leatherworker and stuff like that. That have at least one pure profit one. This is just simply pure profit now. And what level range would it be good to do? Let me see. Oh, is this my exact level range? That is perfect. Oh, no, no, that's recycling scrap. That's another new one. Basically, you can get scrap in Chapter 1 and then do it. But yeah, we're a little bit past the level. The next time we'd be able to do it is at... where's the milestone thingy? The next time we'd be able to do horseshoes is at level 366. And I'm currently at 348. So we're almost there. We're like 20-something levels off to be able to do the one that doesn't cost any money. The only problem is we can only do it for like 10 levels, like 9 levels before we'd have to spend money again. So it's not that much of a buff. And then there's the scrap one, but the scrap one should still be pure money loss unless you forge it from Chapter 1. So you're still losing a lot of money doing smithing. But there's 2 new activities. Horseshoes, which is like this, and the other one where you can get the supplies from Forager instead of Miner. Alright, cool. Anyways, yeah, that's where horseshoes are. With that being said, let me go do the minecart for it. It seems like there should be a pretty quick minecart. It's like right next to it. I'm going to do one little minecart run. Because unless they change things up, this could be how we have to do mining the second we start doing mining again. Also, we're at the second to last minecart. All you should have to do is move it over there, bring it outside, bring it back, repeat. Should be pretty straightforward. I just want to see what the XP drop is for something like this. So we go over here. We go straight. We take a right. Go right back over here. He loads it up. Also, what does it say this activity is? Because this one should be good for almost everything. There's like not a single metric that this thing is bad for. Well, what does it say its distribution is? Really? It says low profit and everything else good. That's rather ironic that it says it's high XP because your pickaxe doesn't work here, so it's actually pretty low XP. This is very misleading because unless they change it, your pickaxe bonus does literally nothing on this. So even though the XP yield for this activity is technically high, it's actually really low because your pickaxe doesn't work on it. It'd still be good enough to do it until Flint, though. 140k for how quick that is? Yeah, it's not too bad. Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm getting like 12k a rock right now. Though I am curious, what do I get if I do this now? In the main game, I recall, I was getting about 12k XP per hit here. On whatever tier I was currently doing. And now I'm getting less, oddly enough. But I have a way better activity now. Which is not this. Interesting. So my current XP I'd be getting for the exact same thing is actually less after the update. But the current activity I have now is better XP overall. Which is doing the minecart thing we just did. Interesting. Alright, what else was changed in this chapter? Is that it? I don't think they changed crap. Oh, no, no. There was some kind of new ore that makes shield now. Where is that? Let me go see if I can find that. Yeah, here we go. We got the Durabin ore in a room I've never been to before. So it's a brand new room. I don't think they added anything else. Basalt, carbonese. But yeah, I believe this is for making shields for cryonite. For smithing. I believe that's what that is for. It's a new resource that makes only shields. Alright, where on earth is there a new room? If I was a new room that wasn't the Chapter 7 or the 7-star Chapter 3 quest, where would I be? Forsaken Tunnel has a new resource over there. Is that the one? Okay, that might be the one. It looks like the Forsaken Tunnel has them. Let me go over there. Because I'm not seeing any new room. It looks like they just repurposed the quest rooms again. For a second time. Oh yeah, I never did go get the shark jaws, did I? I went over there and then got distracted. But I never did get the shark jaws from Forager to go check what they did. I was going over there, then got distracted by jades, and then never kept going. I need to go check that in Chapter 1. It was like the one thing we didn't check from Milestones. Oh, this is still the same. Oh wait, this is a little different. There's a new room. Oh no, that's the room for the quest. I was gonna say, what's that new room doing over there? Never mind. We literally only went there for one day. I forgot the room even exists. Oops. Accidentally walked into... I was going to aggro skip. But for whatever reason, my middle click didn't work. I think my settings are slightly different in the beta. Because middle click's not working. I don't think that's a beta change. I think just my default settings got changed. But yeah, this should be the new ore. And it's right next to storage rift, which is great. But yeah, this should be used to make the new shields for cryonite. This should be able to make every cryonite shield. Now, I'm not sure if you need any other material to go with it, or if it's just literally just this. If it's just this, then this is great then. This is basically like the ash trees of cryonite. I forget what they did with, oh yeah, they made Deathstone. So Deathstone is for shields for Hammer Mage. Ash trees are for shields for, Guardians. And these are for shields for Cryonite. So now if I go over to, which forge do you need? Is this Goblin Forge? Okay, this is Goblin Forge. So if we go over to the Goblin Forge, I should just be able to fashion these into a shield. Not requiring any other resource, I don't believe. We should be able to make it into all 3 of the shields. Which currently I believe are still all the same. With almost no difference other than visual. But they'll probably have more of a purpose later. And now if I go over here... Oh yeah, I gotta smelt it first. If I go over here, smelt it into a bar. Oh, come on, I don't have the smithing level for this one. Fine, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm gonna go buy 1 tier lower. I got the mining level for it, but not the smithing. I really gotta train smithing. It's actually my lowest of my production skills for this chapter, oddly enough. Actually, it's the only one not at milestone 7. Alright, give me, tier 6. Give me tier 6, Durbean. Tier 6. This one. You're tier 6, right? You should be, yeah. Let's give me inventory of that. Alright, let's go make shields. But yeah, ash trees are for guardian shields. Death ore is for hammer mage shields, and this new resource of Durbean ore is for cryonite shield. So all of them now have a designated resource for making shields now. I'm not sure why I bought so much. I really only need 6, or however many we need for a shield. I'm not sure. Could be 4, could be 5, could be 6. Because I think there were like 4 and 5 before. But 6 should be more than enough, unless it costs like 8 or something. I assume each shield would require a different amount, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever they're gonna be. Goblin Smelter. I know, I have it. Goblin Forge. What? What? Oh! You make it here. Recycling machine? No. Where do you make the shield? Wait. Where do you use this? Forge in the Mines of Matubin. Use it at the Goblin Forge. Goblin Forge. Use item. Your backpack does not contain any suitable ingots. Is this a bug? Did they forget to code these things? How do I make a shield? View recipe. Yeah, that's what I did. Use on there, then use on forge. Step. Make it into a bar. Step 2. Use it on this forge. I'm so confused. I have the level for it. It's literally just shield right here. I'm so confused. Your backpack does not contain... Goblin. Yeah, I know. You use it on the thing. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, let me try it again, maybe? Now that I interacted with the other thing. What's this recycling thing for? Oh, that's the passive activity. That's the thing that you get from chapter 1 and then use it over here. But yeah, I think they forgot to code the shields. It's not recognizing the resource. Or maybe they forgot just as 1 bar. Maybe I should get a different tier and see if it works. Let me try doing like tier 1 or something. There's no way they forgot to code tier 1. Yeah, it says I don't have the resource. Alright, let me try tier 1 and see if they remembered that one. Unless I'm forgetting or missing something here. But to my understanding, you just put it into the forge, then you put it into the other forge like you normally do, and then boom, you get a shield. Unless there's a new location you gotta go to make the shield. But no, it says right there. Huh, weird. Alright, let me just try tier 1 and see if they remember to code that one. Tier 1, just give me 6. Unless I'm missing something here, but it seems like you just put them in the, or, you know, you just do it normally. You put it in the forge, you get the bar, you put it in the other forge, you make a shield, boom, you're good to go. This is what I'm understanding from these steps right here. Put in forge, put other forge, boom, shield. Alright, so we'll do the step 1. And hopefully it'll recognize the bar this time. Obviously by the time it gets out of beta, it'll probably be fixed, I would assume. And I think that's pretty much everything then for chapter 3. It was mostly the shield change, the better XP rates, the more minecarts, and the slightly better AFK for the 1. Yeah, it says it again. Am I missing something here? Where does it say to use this? Use it at the Goblin Forge. This is a Goblin Forge. Why you no work? I'm so confused. Maybe the other Goblin Forge? No. Is there a certain thing I have to click on here? Because that's called a Goblin Forge. It says to use it on a Goblin Forge. Use it in Mind Matubin at the Goblin Forge. Your pack does not contain any suitable ingots. Yeah, I think I just forgot to code them or something. There's something not working correctly. Because you should just have to smith it, then use it on here, and then boom, you're good to go. Get yourself a shield. Then you sell it to this guy over here. Be able to fix that later. That's why they have a beta. That's a pretty big thing to miss, though. But they'll fix that later. Okay, now the moment of truth. This doesn't matter at all anymore. However, have raid dens been improved to not be complete trash? This matters almost not at all anymore because they added aggression potions. So even if this is good, it barely matters. However, I still want this to not be horrible. So let's see if it is. Because I would love to be able to do raid dens again, though they're kind of dead content now that we have aggression potions. But it'd still be nice to get the AFK Detective XP. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, they fixed them! They fixed it! They did it! Wait, they didn't do it! Never mind! Oh, maybe they did. It's hard to tell because I can't test the really high level ones. Because this is level, what, 300? No, they didn't fix it. But somewhat. It's not as bad as it was before. Let's see what the XP drop is at the end. That'll be like the real big determiner. Because I have a feeling it's not great. Because these are way under leveled. These are level like 400-ish. 408, which is still better than before, but still pretty low. And we're level, like almost 1,000. Like 938. And these things are like half our level. Which is about where they were before, actually. So yeah, never mind. Raid dens are still dead. Raid content still dead, but they added aggression potions, so it doesn't matter anymore. Aggression potions are the new raid dens. But yeah, raid dens are still as dead can be. It does mean that for a new account, if they're going to make them dead forever, the most efficient thing you could ever do on a new account is immediately get 500 Detective. Because it would get you the best value from doing raid dens. Because they are still mega dead content if you're doing them at any higher level than, like, bare minimum. So doing Detective 500 Rush is still really viable then. Yeah, it's still unfortunate. But yeah, Raid Den's still dead, but they made a new potion that made every room a Raid Den, so it doesn't matter that much. As literally every enemy in the game is now a Raid Den. And they can go as long as 24 minutes instead of like a few minutes. Alright, what's this XP drop? 106k. Ah, that is not great. But it's pretty AFK still, though. That's not great, though. Alright, let's go compare it to the best active we could be doing otherwise. Which is what? Vase stalls? I don't know, let me go check Vase stalls real quick. So that was 100... We killed 5 things and got, what, 100k XP? Like 101? Let's see what happens if I go over to the other thing. So if I go to Vase stalls and just find a few people... I believe if even 3 people is over 100,000 XP, it is still better to do stalls. But let me go check. Might take a minute for something to spawn, though. My vase stall should be right over here. Oh, if I can click there. Alright, so any moment we should see some things come over here to try to thieve. But if 3 of these are over 100,000, it is better to do these than to ever do a raid then. If you could steal immediately, that'd be great. I just want to see what your XP drop is. Actually, can I check it by checking this? No, it doesn't tell me my XP drop for it. Yeah, it's not telling me. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, we're about to find out. If this is 30k or more, it is better to do this than raid dens. Yeah, it's pretty much still better to do this than raid dens. It's 29 point something. I don't know. I guess that it's not that bad. One nice thing about it is it's still decently AFK. Like, this is too, but you actually have to pay attention AFK. The other one, you don't have to pay attention at all. Like, at all. And you're never going to die because you're so overleveled compared to the enemy. Or, you know, you're generally going to be. Maybe not necessarily, but generally speaking, you're going to be overleveled compared to the raid den. But, I don't know. The raid den change, it does look like it's a small improvement, but they're still pretty bad, unfortunately. But it is the highest level activity I could do at my level range. And if they ever are your highest level activity at your level range, then maybe it's worth it. Let me go double check something. How much do you get for an investigation at this level? Because it's probably still just better doing investigations and just get the multi-XP. I'm not going to do one right now. But I can look at the board and it'll immediately tell me how much XP I'll get. And if this is over 100,000, it is way better to be doing this than raid den. Because you can multi-skill merchant with it as well. Yeah. And this is at a lower level range too. This is like 30 levels under leveled compared to the other thing. Like 25. So yeah, investigations still seem to be the way. Like multi-skill investigations with merchant. Oh yeah, did merchant or leatherworker get changed at all? I assume the answer is no. I haven't actually looked at them. Like right now I'd be needing to make black sturdy cow leather. I forgot what I'd be making before. Interesting, there's a lot more here now. Wait, did they add a new leather type or something? Oh, they added more tiers of each leather is I think what's happening here. Oh, I wonder if the profit margin's still similar. Oh, did they nerf my money? Well, obviously we don't have that high of a leather worker compared to some people. But wait, what's the money looking like? I think I was making like 2 or 3 silver before. I forget how much the sell price of one was before though. Well, I guess I can kind of check based on what I had. Because I think I was doing something bison or something. Let's see. Oh, did they lower the values of them? Maybe that's where I made all the money from. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Did they nerf leatherworker into the ground? Ooh. They may have nerfed the money of leatherworker into the ground. Interesting. Is that the case? The problem is I have no clue how much you get for this in this main game. Maybe I should go check real quick. This is robust sheep leather. It's worth 5 silver now. Why do I feel like this was like 20 silver before or something? Oh, what do you mean I can't sell? Wait, what? I'm even more confused now. Wait, did they Mega Ultra Deluxe nerf leatherworker? Useful if you want to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Future use in armor maker. Soft leather stall is where you sell it. Where's the soft leather stall? That implies you're not the soft leather stall. Is it this guy over here where you sell the passive stuff? Where's the soft leather stall? Leather goods. No. Where's the soft leather stall? Oh, it's now in the place. Interesting. Oh, that makes it really quick to go sell everything if nothing else. Hey, that means you'd be right next to the bank. Soft leather stall. Alright, that's a passive, that's a passive. No, that's not it. Where's the soft leather stall? No. 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 Hide stall. I don't know. If I was a soft leather stall, where'd I be? There it is. Cow leather stall. It technically doesn't say soft though. But it's not going to stop me from trying. Alright, there's the tough leather stall. This is the cow leather stall. You. No. Alright, now where's the soft one? Here's the hide stall. Where is the soft? No soft. Oh, that's still just that. That's the detective thing. So there's tough leather. Oh, middle. It's in central. So there's now 3 stalls. One for cow leather type, one for hard leather, and one for soft leather. Tough is where it's always been. Soft is in main square, and the other one's on like that main street thing. Where's the new guy? Right there. This should be the soft leather. Yep, perfect. Yeah, why do I feel like that's way less than before? So this is my sheep leather. I want to go test something real quick. Alright, quick. Back to main game. 1 second. I want to go check something. If I go to games, and I go to Brighter Shores, and I go to right-click on it, and I go to properties, and I go to updates. No, I go to betas, and I go to none, and I re-download the game. Loading. Might take a minute. And if I go back in, is this what we got refunded on? Because I'm pretty sure Leatherworker makes you like 0 cents now. Like the profit margins have gone down by complete nukage. Let me make sure not to drop my resources. I actually do need these. Since we're back in the main game now. I want to go check is... what am I doing here? I'm going to Chronopolis. Oh, wrong side. Go to Chronopolis. Because I'm pretty sure that's where we got our like 50 gold or whatever it was. Because we had like 110 gold. We got like 50 gold when we logged into the beta. Actually, I might even make a new profile just to kind of see it as well. But no, we can kind of just see based on how much gold we have. But we got like 50 gold during the beta. And I think almost all that gold came from Leatherworker being nerfed into the ground. So if I was to say do any one thing before the update, it would be do Leatherworker till now until the end of time. For the next 2 weeks, literally just camp Leatherworker and have a Leatherworker party. Because they are mega ultra deluxe plus nerfing Leatherworker. Let's see. Yeah. It's going down by 7 silver each, just this one. Every single one is worth 7 less silver. Alright, well, I know what I'm doing. And you actually get to double dip it too. Because not only do you get the value... Okay, this is actually kind of cool then. So we get the best of both worlds. So the meta right now would be to do Leatherworker for the next 2 weeks or until the update comes out. Because not only... And bank them. Don't sell them. Bank them. Because not only do you get to keep the leather fully finished, but you'll also get the profit as if you sold them. Like twice over. At least compared to the new beta value. So you basically get to double dip it. Where you get the value of selling it and you get to keep the leather simultaneously. That is really strong. But you only get to do that for 2 more weeks until they nerf into the ground. But yeah, Leatherworker every second for the next 2 weeks. Oh, I know my AFK activity then. Alright, honestly, I should go switch this right now. What's my current AFK activity? Quick. We gotta make some adjustments here. Doesn't this cost a lot to go AFK though? I feel like it does. I'll stick with the bone thing for now. I think it's fine. But yeah, I need to start actively training Leatherworker though. Okay, let me go bring him back to his AFK. So yeah, Leatherworker's being mega ultra deluxe nerfed into the ground. At least the profit from it. Obviously, you still get to keep the hides and everything. but your profit margin is going completely down, which I assume is almost all, if not all, the value we got refunded for when we logged in. And assuming they're still going to be doing that when the beta comes out, like, or, you know, once the actual game comes out, then yeah, it would be best to save them then. Because not only will you get refunded for the value difference, but you will also get to keep the hides. So you'll still get to get mega profit from it, but also get to keep the hides for Chapter 5. And the amount of profit that you'd be getting per each is more. You get to keep the hide, and it's more than what you would get if you sold it after the update. So super mega worth doing now. But for now, let's keep messing with the beta. Or is there anything else to mess with? Oh no, let's go maybe read some of the beta notes. Because I didn't actually read it to kind of see what some of the more fine details. Which I probably should before I send any info to them. Because it might have literally said it in the patch notes. So maybe we'll go power skim the patch notes real quick. I'll log in real quick and see if there's anything I need to go over. Or, you know, that we haven't already seen. It's like really obvious. But then we'll go skim the patch notes and see if there's anything more specific that we might need to go into. Alright, so, yeah, I think we've seen everything then. Let's see, is there anything else we haven't seen? So combat, we saw how all the faux packs worked, everything with like that. Overall, it seems kind of weird. There's one thing I want to go check that I didn't check with faux packs. For example, I did not level Chronopolis. So if I go, actually I just walk there. So what happens if I go over to a Chronopolis enemy? Can I not fight a higher level one? Because if I go to over here, my Chronopolis leveling should be really, really, really low. Like these should be like level, like 50 wasps, if not lower. Like something absurdly low. Like nowhere's near my combat level for the highest level one. Because I didn't put any faux packs into Chapter 4. But does that mean the enemies in Chapter 4 are like nothing? I can't even kill them! What? Oh, that's weird. I can't even attack the enemies in Chapter 4. Oh, that's funny. Alright, why don't you think that over how we want to do the faux pack thing then? I literally can't even attack them. That means I also can't attack anything in Chapter 3 because I didn't put any faux packs into Chapter 3. I put them all into Chapter 1 and 2. So if I go to Chapter 3, and I go over to the tentacles over here. Let's see what happens, because normally they're aggressive automatically. But I unlocked 0 faux packs for them, so what's going to happen? Because they're aggressive, but I can't hit them. Because I don't have the faux pack for Chapter 3. But they're a naturally aggressive enemy. Oh wait, I'm allowed to hit them. Weird. But yeah, look, they're only level 1 though. Well, technically level 53. But they're like mega underleveled. And this is the highest level one I could fight because I put no faux packs into it. That's weird. I actually can fight them. So I guess naturally aggressive enemies you can. Which means if I go back to Chapter 4, which has no packs, that means I could probably kill a saber-toothed tiger. Oops, wrong area. That means a saber-toothed tiger should technically be attackable. Because it's a naturally aggressive enemy. So even though I have no faux packs for this chapter, these tigers over here should still attack me, and it should still be like a level 1 tiger. And by level 1, I mean like 60 or 70 or whatever it is. Something really low. But even though we couldn't attack the bees, these should attack us, and we should be able to attack them. Yeah. And they're like level, like 75. Because I have like no faux packs here. That's interesting. It really comes down to what chapter would I want to do combat in right now, then. And what chapter would I want to basically already have completed in combat. I don't know, what would be the most useful chapter to AFK? It would not be Chapter 3. Chapter 3 would probably be the worst. So that's probably what I do. I think I max out Chapter 3 so that I can farm everything there. Like, almost fully max it out. Not completely, but get it, like, really high. But then dump the rest into a good AFK location. And then I would just have to research which one of the 3 would be the best to AFK that isn't Chapter 3. The reason you wouldn't want to do it in Chapter 3 is they have a lot of supply drops. And that's really not non-AFK. So we'd want to actively do chapter 3, but passively do anything that isn't chapter 3. I assume the answer would be chapter 1 or 2. But, well, actually, let me go double check the XP potions for buying them. Because technically it'd be whatever one has the best PvP potions if we wanted to, like, AFK the other stuff. And I believe that's still chapter 2 unless they change the prices around. I believe chapter 2 still has the cheapest EXP potions in the game. So I think it would be chapter 2 would be the main one we'd want to do. Because unlocking the faux pack unlocks both the passives and the actives. And since we can get the cheapest EXP for the passives of chapter 2, then I think chapter 2 would be the best one to do. A combination of chapter 3 and 2. Where 3 we do actively and 2 we do passively. It's not that you can't do 3 passively, but you know. Like having to bank those resources drop constantly is just kind of annoying. Let's see. Chronopolis is 18 silver for 5%. Mines Bitumen is 24. Oh, wow. Chronopolis is actually the cheapest. When did that happen? But yeah, Chronopolis is now the cheapest one. Some of these prices look like they got shimmied around. I'm not sure what these are now, but yeah. So that means we'd want to do chapter 3 and 4 then. Interesting. I wonder if you get more leather drops from enemies in chapter 4 then. The only problem with chapter 4 though is some of the passives give you leather. Which might not be as good. But then again, yeah, I guess it would be for the later passives. So yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do then. All in on chapter 3 and 4. 3 because we still need the Mines of Matubin resources, but 4 because we AFK there. Interesting. Okay, let me go test something with that then. Let me go test exactly that. I'm going to log out. I'm going to play. I'm going to go into a new file. I understand the beta warnings. Submit. I would like to go into my main profile. Yeah, that's how much we got refunded. I believe this is almost all from leather. I believe this is almost like 50 gold of this, if not more, is from the leatherworker price change. This is basically us selling our leather while keeping our leather. It is such amazingly good value. But yeah, spam leatherworker for the next 2 weeks straight. Now here's what we want to do. So I have to do these, right? Because it's not letting me. Requires combat milestone 2. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 into Hopeport. I'm going to do... I guess 1 into Hope Forest. We'll be fair. We now do, I don't know, like 7 in the Mines of Matubin and then 7. How many do I have left? I used 2. I have 15 left. I'm not sure what level we would need to get up to, though. So we do Mines of Matubin. Mines of Matubin. Mines of Matubin. Mines of Matubin. What level are we up to right now? We're up to... Honestly, I think we just maxed out Mines of Matubin. But then that means we skipped all of them, though, is the problem. Or did we? The problem with this is... I don't know, would we want to do this on the lower level ones? Wait, what happens if I go to like a Hope Port right now? But then go to like a Hope Forest. Weird, okay. Maybe I would still want to spam Hope Port and Hope Forest then. And then make our final 2 Hope packs, or our final 2 packs, Chronopolis and Mines of Matubin them? Let me go check something. So I'm just going to keep randomly going into Hope Forest and Hope Port. Because these 2 we care about the least. But then the very last 2... I'll do Mines of Matubin for 16. Okay, so this is for 15 right now. So this still needs to be one of the weak ones. But then we do Mines of Matubin for 15? Or for 16? Oh, and then, yeah, Chronopolis for 17. Oh, wait, I stole more. Oh, I did that wrong then. Oh, I guess I'll do Chronopolis again. I did that slightly wrong, but... Alright. So now... That's weird. So will my loot still be less because I didn't do as many into the area? I'm so confused how this works. Weird. Well, let me go check something. Let me go do, so drop all this, drop all this. I don't have the aggression potion anymore. I guess I'll go grab one real quick. Let me go buy one. Well, I guess we'll just do manual combat. Doesn't really matter that much. So let me go over to Chronopolis. What's my current enemy that I can AFK? Probably Sewer Fiend would probably be the best one. Then our Maul Chest. Let's go. Well, regardless, they're both in sewer. Like, these are the enemies I should be able to kill without them having any chance to kill me back at all. Like, at all. I don't have the AFK potion on me right now. That's not too big a deal. Oh, yeah. How does the gear in this shop work? We haven't checked that yet. I assume it's still kind of the same. They're still costing an arm and a leg, though. But it don't really matter right now since we have infinite money, so give me... upgrade. Drop. Alright, let me go kill, actually I believe both of these are weak to blue, so it works out either way. Let's do it on the Maul Chest, doesn't really matter that much. But it also gives you AFK leather, which is nice. For leather worker. Oh yeah, let me see what tier of leather it gives though. Let me go check that real quick. So I only put like very minimal faux packs in this area. Should I have put in a bunch? Because I want to see if their loot is still considered horrible. Because their XP range might be good, but their loot might be horrible. Yeah, I'm absolutely obliterating it. What? Or is this always how AFKs work? I don't do AFK too much, or at least not pay attention to it much. Wait, I didn't get leather. Did they remove leather from AFK activities? Wasn't this still giving leather before? I'm pretty sure it was. Because I was doing this some on my baby accounts. Because they were AFK in combat a little and then got to Chronopolis. And this was giving leather earlier. I guess they removed it and put it on the enemies? Or moved it to the, something? I have no clue where they moved it. But somewhere in the Milestones update, they moved where you get this leather from, I think. Because, yeah, now you're just getting money. Which is perfectly fine. Money's actually better. So maybe they added it to the enemies? I'm actually not sure where they added it to. I'm pretty sure the patch notes mentions it somewheres. But you don't get it from those rats anymore. They moved it somewheres. But the main thing I wanted to check is to see what the gold drop looks like for killing these now. I put almost no faux packs in this area. Which I feel like maybe I should have. What is this? Oh, you can end up making every single enemy in the area go to 1. Also, hello, the Drew. Welcome. Wait, so if I do this... Oh, cool. You can retroactively downgrade. You can use this menu to temporarily go back to a past milestone. This will roll back all combat content in the world. Oh, that's cool. So I only have 2 for this area, but you can see he's shifting between them. And it makes all of them permanently go to that level then. But let me just go attack one of these. I'm not going to use an aggro potion right now. Can't be bothered to go make one. But I want to see if his loot is kind of horrible here or if it's better. Because right now we're attacking an 18 something Maul Chest for 114k XP. It's an 1812. And I got 114k from him. Wasn't it? What was it? Where'd it go? Where's my Maul Chest? So it was an 1812. And I got 114k. How much money did I get? Well, I actually can't see because I got a rapier. Alright, let me go type down a couple numbers. I want to see what these are. So we got 100 and... Where's my notepad? He is an 1812. Because I want to go test something. He's an 1812. I want to see how much his gold drop is, how much XP drop is, and how much the item that he dropped is worth. But then I'm going to test it again, dumping a bunch of things into Chronopolis. Alright, gold drop, go. Good. 17.2. Let's call that 17.2. Let's see. 17.2 silver. And he gave an EXP drop of... Not that. Of 114k. Technically slightly more, but this says 114. We'll put down 114. Okay. Now what I want to go do is log out. Oh yeah, how much is the rapier? And he dropped a 1810 rapier at a value of 15.5. So let me put that down too. So he dropped an 1810 rapier at, how much were you worth again? At 15.5. At 15.5 silver. Okay, now what I want to go do is I want to see what happens if we boost up the faux pack. Like, we go all the way in, but still fight, like, the same mall chest or something. Alright, let's see. I understand beta. Warnings. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. There's our gold again. Okay. Now, we have to take one of these. So, sure, Hopeport. But now I'm going to spam Chronopolis. Chronop. How many did I do? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop. Don't keep clicking it. Alright, now we go mine to Batubin. And then the 18th we do on Chronopolis. Okay, I believe I do one more here, and then it's going to go to 18. And now this one I do on Chronopolis. Now, do we make more money than we were before? So we got all the money values from what we just did. But do I make even more now? I just realized, why is there a second question mark over here? Wait, can you double venture this now? Oh, please tell me you could do a double 24-hour venture here. Oh! Wait, this is for... Oh! Oh! Wait, what is this? Merchant. What is this for? Oh, no. I think you just separated the two, right? Yeah, this is for cinnamon sticks? Okay. This guy's for cinnamon sticks, and this one is for grapes. Ah, interesting. Nice. And these are both 23-hour, right? Well, I know what I'm doing for ventures now. You can do both at the same time now. Well, I found my 2 new ventures. Oh, that's easy. Until they add better ones. Double 23-hour merchant ventures. Oh, wait, what's my fishing ones looking like? That's something I forgot to go check. Oh, yeah. They added a bunch more ventures. Wait. Hold up. Maybe I do go back to fishing ventures. Yeah, they added one every set. Hold up. False alarm. Abort mission. Oh, you get refunded for it now, too. I think it stole your money before. Now you actually get refunded for it. That's a nice change. I'm pretty sure before it literally just robbed you of your money if you aborted it. But, Hopeport, quick. I must get distracted from combat for 1 second. You can now always run oysters all the way to 500 fishing. Or 10 fishing. I still have no clue what to call levels anymore. That's the only thing I find really weird about this patch. Is how to denote literally any level ever. Because am I level 6, 11 fishing? Level 6 milestone with 11 mini milestone? Am I level 311? Like, what number should I say? Like, there's so many numbers you could say now to say exactly what our fishing level is. Whereas before it was like, oh yeah, we're level 311. But if I say 311 now, that might be confusing because we're actually level 611 or 6, milestone 6 at 11. Or whatever on Earth you say. I'm still very confused as to how to say that. However, what I want to go check is, yeah, you can just always do oysters now. Because now there's an oyster every milestone. So you're never too far away from being able to get viable oysters. Oh, except you still need a better net. But yeah, you can just do oyster all the way to max now. Because there's an oyster here. And if I go over here, there's an oyster here. And if I go over here, then there'll be an oyster there. Like, there's literally an oyster every upgrade now. There's an oyster over here. There's an oyster over here. And that's the final oyster. But yeah, you can literally oyster all the way to max. There's literally no point to ever do lobsters ever again. Like, so if you upgrade your lobster cage, that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, you literally oyster all the way to max because it's more AFK. You only have to check it once per day rather than twice per day. If any of you have tried to check in every 11 hours, know how annoying that is. So being able to have to only check it once a day is so nice. So, yeah. We're just going to start running oyster literally to max fishing. That's going to be my ventures going forward then. Because merchant, we'd still mostly just grind manually. That's what we really wanted for those leatherworker, but there's no point because we don't get leatherworker money anymore. Okay, so what else do I need to go do check then? Is there anything else I haven't checked that's like really major before we go read the patch notes? Because I feel like we've checked like everything now. But overall, I don't know. It seems like a lot of pretty good changes. Seems like a lot of better EXP, evened out the curve. Some things a little bit more confusing overall. Oh yeah, there was one last thing I wanted to go check. It was the combat. It was the whole reason why we did the milestone thingy that we just did. I want to see if we make more profit now than before. When's the February event calendar coming out for Gems of War? I assume this weekend. Because the current calendar covers until Sunday. Or whatever the weekend was. You know, until the end of the week. So next week's weekly video, we'll go over it. Yeah, I would have done it today, but it's not out till next week. Alright, this is the last thing I need to go check. So what I did before is I only had Chronopolis Milestone 2, but I was still doing it at my highest level. And we got all the profit numbers down for that. What I want to go check now is to see if it's going to be a different or what's it going to be. Because if it is the same, that means we'd want to go waste all of our milestones on lower levels in areas that aren't as relevant. AKA Chapter 1 and 2. And then just have one single milestone in Chapter 3 and 4. Otherwise, we'd want to go and basically just spam the two better ones. But this will be the verdict on it then. So this is the exact same 1812 mall chest we had earlier, but it's a way higher skin. Like if we go and check this real quick, if I go check combat, we are at like max skin, like 1 off I think. Or maybe even max. Like if we go check the distribution here, where's the thingy? Like we can see him change like 1 billion skins here. Wait, is it not going to keep changing him? There we go. But you can see he just keeps constantly changing in all of his skins. But I'll say that glowy one looks pretty cool. But we are in the highest tier of them now, or second highest, or whatever this one is. So why don't I go to check right now? I just realized I might actually die to him. I didn't put that into consideration. Oh no, the other one didn't really kill us. Before we would have been able to AFK. So let's go do an EXP check. Wow, he actually coded this pretty balancedly then. Wait, I think this is the exact same. Oh, that's interesting. Because before I was getting 114k EXP, and now we are getting 114k EXP. So what is the point of the skinning system then? Because to my understanding, you would want to waste all of your milestone skins on earlier chapters just to get it out of the way. And then on the better chapters of chapter 3 and 4, you would want to put almost none so that you can keep farming them. Yeah, everything was the same. The silver drop was a little bit lower, but I think that was just RNG. Oh no, let's go get a weapon drop and see if it's around the same value as well. But the EXP was exactly the same. We did get 2 less silver, but that could just be variable number because they do have a pretty big range. But it seems like this 1812 mall chest is giving the same as the 1812 mall chest, like 7 skins back. But because it's the same level, it still has the same drop table. Even though it's like 7 skins forward of what the other one was. I was like, can you change this while you're in combat? I was going to say, there's probably no chance that works. But yeah, it doesn't. That's good. I want to see an item, because the last item we got was worth about 15.5 silver at a level 1810. And I would assume it'd be the same here. I don't see any reason why it would be different. I just want to kind of see it just to see. But yeah, overall, as far as skills are concerned, combat got mega ultra deluxe buffed in like 1 billion different ways. You can now AFK it for like half an hour straight. Assuming they fixed the AFK timer. I need to still go check the patch notes to check that. But you can now AFK potentially for up to 24 minutes straight. You have double the luck roll on every drop you get. And the overall XP curve is just better. Forager didn't really get much change. Fisher, you can now more conveniently venture all the way to 500. Chef got a lot of changes. I don't think any of it makes it relevant, though. Alchemy got a lot of buffs. It's now easier than ever to reach level 500. Botanist is about the same, but it has a lot of better shortcuts now. Woodcutting is about the same, but it has a lot of better shortcuts now. And now you go to really specific locations when you AFK instead of where you did before. Carpenter, I believe, literally got 0 changes at all other than the slightly different material. Otherwise, it's basically unchanged. Mining has a new ore that is used exclusively for cryonite shields, though it doesn't seem to be working at the moment. It's a little bugged. But otherwise, it's pretty similar. The only other big change it got is a minecart every 50 levels. So now you always have a minecart method that's not horrible if you like doing minecarts. I personally don't, because pickaxe bonus doesn't work, but if you have a low-level pickaxe on an alt account, it might be worthwhile. Bone Right got almost no changes. Blacksmithing now has an AFK that is pure profit, as well as an AFK that uses a Chapter 1 resource, as well as a, what was the other one? As well as be able to make shields now off of that new resource. Stonemason got no change other than now Death Knight is used for shields. Detective, I believe raid dens were made ever so slightly better, but are still completely dead content. Leatherworker got nerfed into the ground and now gives you negative money. No, not literally negative money, but it sure feels like it. But it basically, they brought it back down in line with all the other skills, so it no longer makes you infinite money anymore. And the best thing to be doing prior to the patch would be to go do Leatherworker for 24 hours a day until the update. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Also, can I get an item drop? Where are all the items at? Do these things have like a lower rate of items? Let me go check their distribution. What is this? What is this? Why is your drop rate for items so bad? Why is your knowledge so high and your drop rate for items so bad? What is this? I wonder if I should check that distribution per chapter to see if there's a chapter that's a little bit better in that regard. Like, is every single thing in this chapter that bad for giving items? No, that guy just prints items. That guy's average. That guy print items. That guy's below average. That guy's as average as you can get. I assume this distribution's pretty similar across chapters. That one prints items. Oh gosh, why does a street hag print items? That's not good. Oh, I just realized something. Aggression potion might be annoying on the other aggressive enemies that are completely stationary. Which chapter has no stationary units? Chapter 1 has plant. Chapter 2 has the spitting cobras. Chapter 3 has tentacle. Chapter 4... No, every chapter has them. You can't avoid them. But Chapter 3 are convenient because they have double right next to each other, but I guess Chapter 1 does too. It's only Chapter 2 that doesn't. Chapter 2 is by far the worst one to farm. Okay, so this is about the same level as the other one. Is it about the same value? Yeah, okay. So, from what I've gathered, the skin of an enemy means literally nothing. It's only the level that matters. So if there's a chapter you really want to farm, then it's best to only put one milestone in it so that you can farm it for longer. So if you're a really high level but not max, like around, you know, several hundred or 1,000 in the current state of the game, your best option is to dump 10 into whatever the worst chapter is, which I believe is Chapter 1 or 2. And then put as minimal as possible, but make sure it's your final one into the 2 or the few that you want to do. So realistically, I would probably go and dump 10 into basically what we did on the first account. Like dump 10 into Hopeport, then like 6 into Hope Forest, then 1 into Chapter 3, and then 1 into Chapter 4, and then just farm Chapter 4. As 3 and 4 seemed like the best 2 to go for. But, yeah, I think some kind of distribution like that. Though, with the new potions for mining, is it actually worth farming Chapter 3 instead? I want to go check something. I want to go to Hopeport Garrison. And maybe we make Chapter 3 our farming chapter. I might make chapter 3 my farming chapter. Even though you have to constantly keep banking, I want to check what their drop rates look like. But more importantly, the potions. Now that there's a billion tiers, it might be worthwhile to get all of our Mines of Matubin's potions so that we can go get like 500 all Mines of Matubin. Because we're actually getting really close. We're grinding 500 all Mines of Matubin is not out of range. Like, it's still forever, but it's not that far off. Like, it's almost at the point it's realistically grindable. So what I want to go check is the EXP active... No, not that one. For Mines of Matubin. Where on Earth is Mines of Matubin? There it is. Wait, only one resource? My brain just got hit by multi-confusion right now. What? 5%? 6? 7? 8? Oh yeah, show future. Each one only requires one resource now? Hold up. Okay, we're farming chapter, we're farming chapter, 3. Hold all the holds. Hold all the holds. Every chapter is not like that, right? Is every chapter like that now? Or is this a Mines of Matubin unique thing? Hold all the holds! Hold! Wait! Wait, 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 that is massive. Each one only requires one resource. Wait, 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 wait. Okay, we farm Mines of Matubin until the ends of the earth. We throw 10 into Hopeport, 7 in the Hope Forest, and then 1 into Mine of Matubin, and goodbye Chronopolis. Hopefully you're not needed for anything. Maybe I'll put 1 in Chronopolis just to make sure we don't get soft locked out of something somehow. But we'll put like 10 into Hopeport. Maybe 9 if we ever need to go back to it. Yeah, we'll probably put 9 in the Hopeport. I'm doing math. Really badly. It would be 9 in the Hopeport. Then 7 into Hope Forest. Then 1 into Chronopolis. Then 1 into Mines of Matubin in that order for my current level range. Because I'm milestone 18. That would end us on the final 2 being Chronopolis and Mines of Matubin. But more importantly, it would end us on Mines of Matubin. So that with these resources, we could just outright make potions. So if I click on one of these, which potion is this? This is for 12% too high level. I want one that I can do. Here we go, perfect. So now these are for 10% XP pots. So my understanding is I just put it here. A 10%? Yeah. Is it really that easy now? Is it really that easy? Okay, every plan now is farm Mines of Matubin to the end of the earth while running Luck Potion and AFK Potion. Alright, new game plan. And just ignore all the reagents that are for weaker potions. Well, that's broken. Alright, now let's go test the other thing. Give me the AFK Potion while I'm here. And a Luck Potion, I guess, too, since why not? Give me the better AFK. I normally wouldn't buy this one. We'll make our own, but we're in the beta. Doesn't matter. Money means nothing. Alright, there we go. Also, we got an XP pot. XP pots still only work for 2 minutes, right? Yeah, sad. Unfortunate. How much did he sell for? Not that much, but we'll be using them, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, I want to go and now fight the enemy that we just got it from. So what level is the, Oh, did I not make Mines of Matubin my last one? I thought I did. Oh no, I made it my second to last. That's fine. I have no clue what level it is, but it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, I went to the wrong teleporter again, didn't I? I went to go all the way to the east. But I want to go kill this and, see if it still drops like 4 at a time. Because that's kind of crazy if so. Alright, moment of truth. Do you still drop like 4 at a time? I probably should have drank the luck potion first. Would have made a lot more sense. Also, they're weak to burning. Though, of course, we'll be fighting other enemies around too. So this one's a really low level. But still giving okay XP. Nothing great, though. But we'll never die to them while AFKing. So do you just spit out a ton? Okay, we might need to kill a few. All right, let me take a sip of water since we literally play ourselves for like 15 minutes straight. Well, I guess 6. But when I make my actual potions, it'll be 15 minutes. So we can literally do absolutely nothing. Pick up the loot every 9 minutes unless they extend the on-ground timer. I want to try something though. If I move my mouse off screen, would eventually say that I'm about to get logged out. Because I haven't checked the patch notes to see if they extended the timer or not. So I'm going to see if the AFK timer eventually tries to warn me I'm going to get logged out soon. So I'm currently doing no inputs at all into the game, not even like mouse hovering over. I want to see how long it takes until it says you're about to get logged out in 1 minute. Because if the answer is it doesn't while you're in combat, that is going to be so nice. That means we have 15-minute AFK, up to 24 if your herblore level is high enough. Though you do have to pick up the items every 9 minutes. Well, technically every 10, but you know, to make sure they don't despawn every 9. I'm trying to see how many cockroach thingies I get when I get a kill. We haven't gotten any yet, which is concerning. Come on, cockroach. Drop your bits. There we go. Yeah, you still get 4 at a time. I don't even need to hover over to see that's 4. It says 3, but it's stacks are weird in this game. It's 1 plus 3. So when it says 3, it actually means 4. Alright, so far it hasn't tried logging me out yet. I think it normally has a 5-minute timer, so I guess we'll find out in a few minutes. The easiest way to tell is our aggression potion is lasting for 6 minutes. So we're almost at the 3-minute mark of no inputs. So in about 1 more minute or so, it should say that I should get logged out in 1 minute. If it doesn't say that, that means they actually extended the AFK timer. Or made it so it doesn't work while you're in combat or something. Because if this whole potion expires and it never brings up the you're about to get logged out screen, then they actually extended the AFK timer. I wonder if that's in the patch notes somewhere. We'll probably go read that after we figure this out. But for now, we got like 3 minutes left. But then we'll actually go skim the patch notes. I'm not sure if I'm going to read every word because it would take forever. And we're going to have to read the whole thing when it actually comes out in like 2 weeks. So I'll probably just like speed skim it for now. Just because we will read literally every last word of it when the patch actually comes out. Like for real. But for now, we'll just kind of skim it. Otherwise, it will take us like an hour to get through. But yeah, long story short is, yeah, start training Leatherworker right now. Because out of everything in the patch, combat is getting Mega Ultra Deluxe buffed. And is now the most AFK thing ever in the entire game. Like, I haven't clicked anything in 4 minutes. The game's just playing itself at this point. But, yeah, combat got Mega Ultra Deluxe buffed, and Leatherworker got nerfed into irrelevance until Chapter 5 comes out. Like, Leatherworker doesn't exist once Milestone update comes out until Chapter 5. So there's a good year before Leatherworker does anything. It is Mega Ultra dead. So do it in the next 2 weeks. Because otherwise you gotta wait like almost a year before you can do Leatherworker again. But yeah, the only thing I wanted from this patch was literally what we're doing right now. And I think they might have extended the AFK timer. Because I feel like the 1 minute timer should have come up by now. Saying like, hey, you're about to get logged out in like a minute. Because I'm pretty sure before it was a 5-minute timer. We're about to be 5 minutes in right now and it hasn't even brought up a 1 minute warning message yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, no they didn't. Yeah, you're about to get logged out in 1 minute due to inactivity. Okay, that is the only bad thing with this patch then. Unless we can all convince them before the patch comes out to change it. Even though we got up to 24-minute AFK potions, you still have to do an input every 5 minutes. Or it logs you out. Oh, that's sad. But maybe they'll change it by the time it comes out. So that means the maximum you can ever AFK is 5 minutes then. That or put it behind whatever menu you're doing if you're doing something. Because if I'm not mistaken, if you have another window over top the game and you're still interacting with that other window, it still counts. Like if I put like, I don't know, like a browser over top Brighter Shores right now, it still counts the mouse moving over top of it as counting for the game, I'm pretty sure. Even though you're not actually doing any inputs to the game. But make sure that it would keep your 5-minute inactivity thing going while still not needing to do any inputs to the game. Anyways, let me get out of combat. Oh, you know what? Let me actually go test the expiration. We haven't done that yet. So let's see what happens when a potion expires. So what should happen here is I should gain invincibility and we will not engage in combat. Because we haven't actually tested this earlier since the other one didn't expire. But what should happen is we get a shield now and they won't attack us, just like how it does in the normal game right now. Like we'll get a little barrier, unless we do something it won't. Yeah, they're not attacking me. That makes sense. Also, I just realized, these things are probably really cheap, aren't they? Let me go check something. They might adjust these excuse me. These might adjust these prices later. But maybe it's not worth doing Mine to Batubin now that I'm thinking about it. Because even though these potion supplies are really good... Oh no, you're still saving money. Yeah, it is still worth to do Mine to Batubin. Because this particular resource, dropping 4 of them is worth almost like 36 silver, 37. So every time that drop happens, you're getting 37 silver worth of these things. Compared to buying it. Not when you're selling it, but obviously you're using the potions for those higher tier ones. The only problem is there's a lot of enemies in that chapter that just give you useless ones. But I guess you just ignore them on the ground. But I want to go check to see the pricing of all of them here, including future items. How do I click future? There it is. Okay, they might need to readjust these prices. What are these prices? Why are the higher ones so cheap? That's so weird. Like, why is the most expensive one the second highest? These prices make no sense. Like, these do. Like, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And maybe that one. But the final 3 make no sense. Why does it drastically go down all of a sudden? Then to the highest possible number, but then down again. It makes literally no sense. These first 7 do. The other 3 don't at all. I assume they'll adjust those slightly later. Because that makes no logical sense how it's set up right now. But that's still insanely good, though. Mine to Batubin potions are just so free to go craft now. Even if you're not getting your supplies. But if you're getting the supplies, it's still kind of worth it. How much do some of these sell for if you were to collect them? I don't think it's worth. Like, I don't no longer need this potion. Because it's not worth making. Yeah, it only sells for like 2.2, which means a kill would be 8. Yeah, so basically, if you are killing in Mine to Batubin, it is not worth picking up any resource for an alchemy level lower than what you are at right now. So for me, it wouldn't be worth picking up anything lower than the cockroach thing. Like, that'd be the lowest one that'd be viable for me to pick up. So half the drops would be completely pointless and I would just ignore them. The other half we would bank and eventually make into Mine to Batubin potions for 10% or higher. As those will make like 10%, 11, 12, 13, 4, or whatever they are. I forget what the numbers are. Which, what are the full numbers? Because that one is 10%. I assume it's just all the way up by 1, right? Let me see. Because all those potions would definitely be worth it. The 10% pluses. Even the 8% would be if we're at a level range where it would matter. Where am I going? I'm going to XP Potion Mines. Yeah. So I would only pick up the supplies for 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Technically, the 9 is also worth it, but I'm past the level range where it's worth it for me. But 8% and lower for almost everyone, unless you're really low alchemy, is probably just keep on ground. It's just better to buy from the shop for the first 4 tiers, especially the first 3. Way better just to buy from the shop than to bother picking it up. But for 10% and above, and even 9% potentially and above, it is worth picking it up, banking it, and then, oh no, this one's pretty far from a bank, though. This one's a lot closer. This one is decently close to a bank. This one is probably the closest to a bank. I forget where they added the bank here, but I think it's somewhat close. Unless it's still a mile away. Wait, did they never add a bank to Toads? Maybe that's why they cost the most. And interesting, they made the tooth the most expensive one. Why? That's weird. Because before these two used to be the most expensive. But now it's the Todai and the other thing. That's really weird. Isn't Todai still like a mile from a bank though? That's kind of a problem. Maybe that's why it was worth so much. Because the storage rift is over there. But the oh no, that's not that bad. You do have to go through a combat room every time you want a bank though, which is annoying. But yeah, it's not that far. I thought it was further than that, so never mind. It's mostly because I think this was added recently. They added this with the new ore. I don't think it used to be there before. But now it's actually really convenient, the bank, because it's right there. And the one for the strongest potion is right over here. You would kill them there and then bank them over there. Which is quite a bit worse than cockroach banking, but it's not that bad for the best potion in the game for Mines of Batubin. Interesting. There's one other problem. Loot stays for 10 minutes. Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier with the 9-minute thing. So the biggest two issues with super AFKing right now is there's a 5-minute logout timer and there's a 10-minute ground timer. Items stay on the ground for 10 minutes and you get logged out of the game after 5 minutes of inactivity. Even though there's like a 24-minute AFK potion. If you go under like alchemy all the way at the end. Actually, we can see it over here too. But if we go, that's not there. I want to go to the book. But if we go over here, there's a 24-minute AFK potion. But items only stay on the ground for 10 minutes and AFK timer only lasts for 5 minutes. Two things they might want to consider adjusting. A ground timer staying at 10 minutes is probably fine, honestly. But AFK timer being 5 minutes definitely got to be extended to like 25 or 30. It's the standard that RuneScape uses, so might as well. They're allowed to take things from RuneScape, like the circle map. But yeah, they do definitely got to extend the AFK timer to like at least higher than 5. At least make it the same 10 minutes as the ground timer or something. But 5 is just way too little. Also, can you re-drink luck? No, interesting. You got to use up your whole luck before you could use it again. That's a little bit annoying. This is a pretty strong potion, though. It's basically just double loot. Well, not double loot, but double rarity on your loot. Alright, so let's go read the patch notes. Now that we've done everything, let's go very, very briefly skim through what we might have missed by just going through the game. So if we go to... Oh wait, how do I check the patch notes on this screen? Wait, I didn't think about that. How do I... I know how to do it in the main game, but the button's not here. Wait, how do I check the patch notes? Escape? Oh, wait, it's because I'm on the character select screen. Wait, I think I see my problem. Let me go click log out. Here we go. Not there, news. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's go power read through a couple of this. This beta is to test Phase 2 Project Milestones. So focus on divide each profession up into distinct milestones. A huge number of balancing improvements. Start to make leveling up feel more rewarding. Start to make the different milestones feel more distinct. Below is a summary of all the changes. Global changes. Every profession is now split into milestones. Levels are now displayed as those two markers. Many milestones come with new activities to unlock. We went over, I believe, all of them. As previously announced, to make reaching a new milestone more exciting, we're planning to add milestone rewards in the form of reward events. Ooh, bounties and dungeons. Ooh, these will be unlocked by the first few milestones of each profession. Huge. The profession's interface has already been updated to reflect this. Nice, that'll be interesting. The default mouse binds have been changed. Yeah, I noticed that. Some of my buttons weren't working. I need to go change that later once the actual patch comes out. I didn't bother changing in the beta. But when the real patch comes out, I need to go readjust those. The level up interface for both combat and non-combat professions has been modified. The professions interface now shows you all activities and rewards available. Capes now have collectible cards and grant a small XP reward for the first time you purchase them. Oh gosh, I'm gonna need to go buy every cape now. Bounty boards now have collectible cards, which grant a small XP reward when you first complete a bounty from the board. Oh, cool. Balancing changes. The new XP curve for all professions. This also means there is no longer a massive difficulty cliff at level 500 or 200. That's cool. The activities in all professions are now spread more evenly. The price of most items have changed. If you lost money due to the sum of the value of the items reducing in value, then they will be given coins back. This is why doing Leatherworker is so good right now, because they're nerfing Leatherworker into the ground as far as money. So do Leatherworker for the next 2 weeks until the update, because you will basically make the money of selling the leather twice and keeping it all simultaneously by keeping your leather if you keep it before the patch. You get the benefit of keeping it for Chapter 5, and you get the value of selling it like twice in the new version. They're nerfing Leatherworker that hard. So I will be doing that till the end of time. Warning, do not attempt to do profiteering. Oh, they did do, yeah, there was that aspect. Well, does that mean we are not allowed to do Leatherworker? By buying, we did do this last time. They did retroactively undo this because we bought like 20,000 Mines of Bitumen. But what does that mean with Leatherworker? Because the meta right now would be to do Leatherworker, but are they going to ban literally everyone who does, or, you know, undo everyone who does Leatherworker for the next 2 weeks? Like, you're literally not allowed to engage with the skill because they're nerfing it in 2 weeks? I'm not sure how that's going to work. Do not attempt to profiteer by buying items which you can see are going to go up in price, as doing so may reduce the compensation you would otherwise get. Interesting. I'm not sure what that means for Leatherworker, though. So is everyone who just has leather banks going to get punished? Or how's that going to work? Because as it currently works, you make like mega profit from doing Leatherworker now and keeping it in your bank. But does that mean if you just are seen doing Leatherworker for next 2 weeks, you just lose value? So I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. I'll find out when we get like 0 gold for all of our leather in our bank later. Because we got like 50 something gold now. So if that number is somehow lower, we got a problem. The amount of markup charged by shops has been adjusted to better balance the amount of profit you can make when buying the input items from a shop, as opposed to collecting them yourself. Each milestone of each profession, there will be some activities which are profitable even when buying the items from the shop. That's interesting. And some activities which are only profitable when you collect the items yourself. But which activities these are varies between milestones. Interesting. Activities which feed into each other are now much closer in level. Yeah, that was really nice. We saw this with the beehive changes. In the previous format of the game, you would have needed 250 carpenter, but 356 woodcutting. Now you need like 257 woodcutting and 257 carpenter. So instead of having an over 100 level difference, it's now a level 0 difference. And you could do it at the level 257 immediately for both. So that's really nice. I'm not sure of every instance of this changing, but that was probably the biggest one I've noticed. Is that one beehive for the bee cuz quest. For example, there used to be a 38 level difference between King... yeah, he's just mentioning example. But the beehive one's probably the best example I've seen so far. The various activities in the game now only upgrade to the next skin and a level requirement when you reach the new milestone. This also means you will no longer find you are repeating activities within the first 50 levels. When you can reach a new milestone, all the activities upgrade to the new milestone at once to give you new goals to aim for. The aim here is to give a new Game Plus feel to the next milestone. The rewards of the various activities have been adjusted to be more varied because it was a bit boring that they all let you level up at the same rate. Now some activities are better for gaining XP, some are better for gaining knowledge points, and some are better for gaining coins, which are rather interesting. Or in the case of monsters, rare and epic drops. Okay, wait, that's huge intel. Wait. Enemies with a higher loot chance or coin rate or whatever you want to call that have better rare rates. What is the highest rare rate in every chapter? What enemy is it? Hold. This might actually determine where we farm then. Hold. So if I was to go to, let's do it based on chapter. Because I don't think milestone level would necessarily matter here. So let me do this one by one. All right, the normal guard is all even. Crows are amazing. Thieves are not. Goblins are not. The other goblin is, though. So goblin chiefs and crows. Really good loot. Plants are not. Shaggy warriors are fine. Ghouls are not. Interesting. Now let's go check that for another chapter. Oh, so is that every enemy? Why do I feel like that's not every enemy? No, it is. I just don't do that much combat in that area. But no, it's every enemy in the chapter. Am I forgetting one? No, that should be everything. Alright, let me go check a different chapter. Let's check Hope Farce. So Outlaw is, I clicked the wrong one. So Outlaw is decent for rares and XP, bad knowledge. Horrible for loot. So wait, Outlaw was good for loot. Bears were good for loot. Wendigos were bad for loot. Vipers were bad for loot. Bramble, bad. Sprigs are good. And Shades are good. The main thing I'm checking is what their weakness are. So that means it's a weakness to green, a weakness to blue, and a weakness to fire. Chapter 1 was a weakness to... Because ideally we want to obviously find one that's weak to blue since we're Cryonite. So we want to find the chapter that has the best rarity drops, but is weakest to blue. So if we check chapter 1, this is weak to blue. One was weak to yellow, and the other one was weak to... what are you weak to? I don't remember, actually. Necromay. So that one's blue, yellow, Necromay. Alright, let's go check chapter 3 and 4 then. Not those. Where's my chapter 3 and 4? Oh wait, I didn't unlock them on this profile. Let me do it on this one. I think had it. Not that one. No, not over there. Alright, here we go. Alright, what are we doing here? We are checking the distribution for these. So I keep doing the wrong thing. This one is bad. This one is good. Oh, that's bad that that one is good. That's one of the stationary ones. I think there is a new double spot though, so maybe it's not that bad. Alright, so this one is... What are you weak to again? It's weak to fire, which is kind of annoying because this one's weak to yellow, which is immune to fire. And then the other one would go to loot. But you also have to consider these things secondary drops is the problem. Oh, the Stoneworm. That's the one that drops the really good resource too, oddly enough. Interesting. Is there anything else here that was good for loot? The fellow things as well. Interesting. The problem is the ones that are blue are... There's nothing weak to blue in chapter 3 that gives good loot drop. And now let's go check Chronopolis. So their rare loot is not good. Hags are good. What are hags weak to? Isn't it green? Problem is Cryonite has no good green weapon. Maul chests are awful. The guy that gets ranges you, which is a little bit annoying because you have to keep moving back and forth, is good, unfortunately. But the fact that he's ranged is not ideal. That's another thing to consider when farming a chapter 2, because you have to keep walking back and forth. Wasp are good, but it's fire damage. And spike balls are average. So there's only 3 good ones then. It was Hag, which is annoying. This guy, which is annoying because he's ranged. Hag is annoying because it burst damages. And the other one was Wasp, which is pretty easy. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I'm still not sure which one I would want to do then. It's something we'll have to think over in the next 2 weeks. All I know is we gotta go do Leatherworker for the next 2 weeks. That's all I know based on everything I've seen so far. Alright, what am I doing? I'm doing, Oh yeah, I was gonna keep reading the patch notes. Let me go in, log out, and go all the way back to the other menu. Bring me to news. Okay, let's keep reading. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, bouncing rewards. Okay, let's keep going. Past action changes. Yeah, we saw that. I don't think we need to read that. Bounty changes. We've added, yeah, they added rarities to bounties now. Certain milestones and certain professions will be bountiful milestones, and a bountiful milestone bounties are replaced as soon as they are completed, making bounties the main focus of leveling up during that milestone. Is that why we're getting some automatically for cooking? Interesting. Because I completed them and they were immediately refreshed. So maybe that's when we had a bountiful milestone. Because having bountiful milestones for cooking seems really good. Because you can keep just refreshing those over and over again. For Chef, we are adding new common rarity bounties. And the existing delivering bounties will only be uncommon and above. We saw an epic one earlier. That 4 times rate. Profession equipment changes. Higher grades. Oh yeah, we saw this somewhat with our stats. It did seem like we were a little bit stronger with underwhelming gear. But let's see what it specifically says. Higher grades of professional equipment are now required to do higher milestone activities, as it was previously too easy to forget to upgrade your professional equipment. Instead of giving a direct EXP boost, purchasing the second grade of most professional equipment unlocks a new feature, action boosts. What is this? Instead of giving a direct EXP boost, purchasing the second grade of most professional equipment unlocks a new feature called action boosts. Subsequent grades improve the quality of the action boost. Enhancing your professional equipment at the obelisk still causes the equipment to grant an bonus XP. So what are action boosts? Is that the double XP thing we saw earlier? Action boosts gives you a double reward the next time you do an active action which uses the professional equipment. After you have used the action boost, it will go into cooldown and cannot be used again until the cooldown expires. Each subsequent grade of professional equipment you purchase reduces the cooldown time. You can activate an action boost in one of two ways. Start the action as normal and then click on the green icon that appears in the... Oh, that's what that icon was. I was wondering what that was. In the middle, I thought they would just change the icon. In the middle of the action progress indicator, or to prime the professional equipment before you start the action. Okay, let's go test that. I didn't realize that was the thing. Interesting. Alright, so let me go do it on a wall plant over here. So I'm going to go prime my wall plant upgrade thing. So how do I prime? So I'm going to prime secateurs. And now I use secateur. And I get double bonus. Double harvest. Cool. Hey, what's the cooldown looking like? Where's my cooldown bar? That is a long cooldown! Oh, multi-tools though. Hold up. You can multi-tool. Each tool gets their own upgrade. Can you use that for passive activities then? So what happens if I use it on... Oh, you also show your cooldown up there. Interesting. So that gives an interesting buff to multi-skilling. So if I try catching this, I can then use my boost for a double catch. That's some interesting meta right there. And then you can use the new cage thing that I didn't bother making. And then get a catch with that, since that would also have one. Oh, that's interesting. So wide skilling could get quite a bit of a benefit from that. The main thing I want to go check right now is I don't have any venture set up on this account. And these were upgradable before. So can you do that for venture as well? Because that is very broken. If you can do a double venture. Let's see, can I prime my venture? Where's my venture tool? Fishing, where are you? I want to prime. Oh, you can't prime it. No! Scammed. You can't prime it. No! Also, I don't even have the higher level net right now either. But no, you can't prime it. Okay, it's only for active tools. So what is that 2x boost they were talking about earlier then? That's rather interesting though. That actually benefits quite a bit, I guess, to this skill since there's 3 different tools. And there's some of them that use all 3. Let me go to one that I'm pretty sure uses all 3. So let me go to Hopeport North. I want to go see if we can get all 3 tool activations because I believe there's one right over here that uses all 3 stages. Or at least 2 of the 3. It might have been all 3. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't repair it in this version. We do have access to repairing that though. It'll be one of the first things we do during the patch. That and see if we actually profit or lose money from doing leatherworker. Because they did say in the patch notes, and it actually has happened to us. We bought about 20,000 5% mines of Matubin and they all got nuked for less value than what we bought them for. But they did mention that you're not allowed to do that. However, the meta right now would be to go do leatherworker. So is everyone who bothers doing leatherworker for the next 2 weeks is going to get all those resources nuked? Because I feel like they wouldn't do that. I want to go check all these tools on this plant right here. Oh, so it's a lot easier to go switch those now too. Instant growth. Oh, interesting. Wait. Instant growth. Oh. That's kind of cool. Except why can't I pick up the harvest? There we go. I want to harvest the other one. Okay, that's cool. You can now insta-grow things if they use a double tool. Off a cooldown if you're multi-skilling it with like woodcutting. Oh, speaking of multi-skilling it with woodcutting. Can I use every single separate axe as a boost? Because there's multiple different axes, so there might be a route where you can multi-tool. The sheer ones are way out of your way though. Also, I just realized these are maple trees now. Oh wait, these are passive trees now. Wait. This is an AFK tree. This isn't even a U tree anymore. I was trying to get to a U tree. I didn't realize they changed that one. Where are the U trees now? I was gonna test a U tree and then a hack tree. So we can like do a tree like this. Gosh, I need to upgrade my tools later. Gosh, I need to upgrade. Gosh, just do level 1. God, come on, just do level 0. This tool wasn't upgradable before in the past. Oh yeah, because it's level 0, I don't have the ability for it, do I? Interesting, you can prime them all simultaneously too. So I pre-primed every tool I have. Let me go and use some of them. So if I go to Hope Forest Central, there should be a couple here I can utilize almost immediately. So there's like bramble over here, then there's a tree right over there as well. So I'll use this on a bramble. Does that like insta-kill the bramble? Double harvest. That does nothing though! Oh, you get double XP drop. I didn't get double resource. Oh wait, did I get... No, that's a U. They just changed the icon. Oh, this uses the same hacksaw though. Where's the one that uses the handsaw? I guess it was the one at the central area. Oh no, we'd have to figure out routes for it later. But there's definitely some really funny routes that can use this like a primed weapon thing. I think one of the interesting things is when you're now doing carpenter, if you're banking it now, you can now insta-kill a tree and insta-harvest a plant. So also, I just realized it's a bug. It's showing him having the same cooldown for my hatchet. Though, that's interesting. That means they're going to have enemy buffs available in the future. Oh, we found a new... Oh, wait, this is just a new tree. What is this for? Wait, what are these? Cyfish trees? Oh, I know what this is for. This is for the new cages for the, I believe this is the new cage for the, I guess we'll go test that real quick. That one shark thing we never checked earlier. But this is the new cage for the blowfish things. Blowfish things. You know what I mean. The pufferfish. Oh yeah, am I off cooldown on my other ones? I wish it was easier to see all my cooldowns. Well, I guess you can see them over there. But if I click harvest on this, I can now insta-grow this. I can then insta-grow this. That is so nice. So while you're banking there, you can insta-grow one plant. And you can also insta-kill one tree. Which I believe I'm off cooldown now. So I can just kill this tree instantly for double harvest. Oh, I guess not kill it instantly, but at least get double harvest. But you can get an instantly grown plant and an instantly killed tree. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I have to change this area a little. I assume this is where I make my box. And now I guess we'll go test the box and see what that new shark head thing was in Chapter 1. And I think we've seen truly everything then. Unless I'm still forgetting something. Alright, let's go test this box out. I feel like these boxes aren't worth it for pufferfish ever. Unless they also get a boost. Oh no, do we have a fishing tool to go boost our puffer? Somewhere's in all this mess? No, I'm not seeing a fish boost. Though, even more of a buff to mana raise over there, aside from that room being amazing. You can use the double boost on the room next door. Grab a double boost there occasionally, and then just keep harpooning. But yeah, that has some really interesting implications for wide farming. So we get a double harvest there. We can now get a double harvest on our fish we're about to go get. Double harvest you. He's going like a double harvesting spree. I wonder how many cooldowns you could have up here, because I'm pretty sure it could be like over 10 if you did like a super optimized double harvest route. Yeah, let me go past action this. Alright, so you just put it in the cage. No double. Yeah, pufferfish are going to be really bad. Oh, wait. How do I, can you bank it and keep the cage? Or does the cage get consumed? How does this work? Info. It's fat and round fish like a balloon. Oh no, what happens if I bank it and then try to cook it with something? I want to try cooking this pufferfish and see if I get the cage back. Or if it consumes the cage. Oh, give me the pufferfish back. Actually needed that. It should be under cooking, right? Withdrawal items, cooking meals. Oh wait, you can store cooked meals now. Wait, is there buffs for cooked meals now? Why can't you store cooked meals? Or is that just for making the task easier, I guess? I'm looking for ingredients. There should be a pufferfish in here. Yeah, give me those. What do you need to make a pufferfish food? Chef. I think it's just lemon juice, right? View recipe. It's, soy sauce. There we go. Let's see what happens if we soy sauce these. Does it consume my cage, or do I get to keep the cage? Oh, so where do you make this? Chopping table. Use with chop. Oh, right, where's chopping table? Right over there. All right, cage kept or cage consumed? The cage is consumed. Okay, so pufferfish are never worth going for ever. I see. Oh, is it done already? Oh, okay. That's the only step you have to do, though. But yeah, pufferfish are probably dead content. Not only can you not double catch them with a tool, but you have to go out of your way to go make a tool for them, and the tool gets consumed when doing that. That seems really bad to ever touch pufferfish ever again. Other than maybe once just to get the milestone thingies for each one, just for the fun of it. For completionist sake. But yeah, pufferfish are dead content. Rip. Alright, what am I doing now? Oh yeah, I was gonna go chest that shark thing. Why am I walking there? We gotta teleport there now. I always keep forgetting this teleport exists. I used it for like 1 week and then forgot that this place even is here. But yeah, I wanted to go test this new shark thingy over here and see what it's even used for. Because I didn't see any potions that need it. But we'll go give it a peek. And then we'll read whatever last little bit of the patch notes we haven't, see if there's anything else we still missed. Because I didn't realize there's boost thingies. Which are kind of cool. Let's see, does this use a tool? No. No, you just grab with your hand. You know what does use a tool, though? They moved my potato! They moved my potato! Scammed. I want to go get a double potato real quick. With my underlevel trowel. Alright, we'll get our double potato. We'll then cycle into a double cod. And then we cycle that into a double manta ray. And then we go grab whatever the other thing was that we were trying to go get to. I just wanted to get some doubles. And then we get a double manta ray. And now we go to where we actually were heading. But I like that mechanic. It has some really interesting implications for wide farming. I wish the cooldown was way quicker, though. Like, these are like 1 billion years long, this cooldown. So where's this new resource? What is this? Shark jaw. What is this for? Oh! This was a new bone for something in bone right. I have no clue what. What is this used for? Was this for shields? Oh! I think these are for shields in combination with, because all the shields got updated. Hammer Mage now requires Death Knight for shield. Cryo Knight now requires that one brittle thing we were getting. Or that one bean thing, whatever it's called. And I believe they made this required in combination with Ash that was already for shields. Required to make a shield for Bone Right, I believe. Let me go check that real quick. But yeah, I believe this was for Bone Right shields. It still uses Ash logs like before, but the secondary ingredient is now this. instead of whatever it was before. I forget what it was called. Like some kind of femur thingy. Like the goat one or the sheep one, whatever it was. But now I use the shark jaw, I think. So these should be for Guardian Shield. Alright, speaking of the doubles, that means I could get a double ore then. Oh! You can combine that with combat too. Ooh, that's another thing to put into consideration. So if we go do a double here. Boom. Nice. But I almost forgot about that. That means we could use it for combat. Or, you know, you can use your double while farming next to something that's combat related. And then keep getting double of that resource whenever you want to go poke at it real quick. That's some interesting multi-skilling implications then. Where you'd like kill 1 or 2, 3 enemies. Then grab a double resource next to you. Then do it again. You know, kill 1 or 2, 3 and then do a double resource and then keep going back and forth. Because that makes multi-skilling with combat a lot more viable as well. Since a lot of your time is combat. Which gives the cooldown some time to refresh. And I believe I just need ash logs here. I have no clue what tier. This is tier 3, so let me grab tier 3. And this should make a shield. Yep, these are the new shield material. Okay. Yeah. So the shark jaw is the new shield material for Guardian. Just in combination with the planks you would already used. The ore over here is the new one for mining. We did on the other account. This one has question marks because it wasn't on this one. And then you just smith them into a shield over here. And the Hammer Mage one I didn't really look at, but it's something with Death Knight. I guess I could go check it real quick. Here, I have a shield. Though, for whatever reason, I wasn't able to make the one for Cryo Knight. Have any of you guys been able to do that? I tried making the Cryo Knight shield out of the new resource and it wouldn't let me. Unless I'm missing something on how it works. But we got the new resource, we brought it to the furnace, and then it wouldn't let me craft a shield. It said I didn't have the material for some reason. Even though it was literally in my inventory. Is this how you make the new Guardian shield? I guess we'll go make all 3 of them real quick. Maybe we'll figure out a way to make the mining one work. So that's how you make the new Guardian shield. The other one requires Death Knight and... or Death Stone and something else? I'm not sure what else. Maybe it's literally just Death Stone. Find out in a second. We should have some Death Stone banked of at least 1 tier. It should already be processed as well. Death Stone. D. We'll do tier 5. And that's still made right over here. Yeah. It's just 5, 5, and 6 Death Stone to make a shield. For whatever reason, this first shield gives you more XP for reasons I cannot comprehend. That makes no sense, but sure. And that's how you make the new one. It's just out of Death Stone. All Hammer Mage shields are now just pure Death Stone. Which means it's by far the most annoying thing to make for Cryo Knight. I mean, for Hammer Mage. These Death Stone is pretty slow. And your pickaxe doesn't give any bonus to it unless they fixed it with this patch. Yeah, there we go. And now the only one we haven't done is the mining one. I guess we'll just go buy the ore real quick and see if it magically fixed itself. Who knows, maybe they did a shadow patch that made it magically work. Let's buy, I'll buy 1 tier lower than whatever we're at right now. So let me go drop, I don't know, let's drop that. Because we bought tier 1 before, then we bought tier 5. So let's see what happens if I buy tier, or we bought tier 1 and 6. Let's see what happens if I try tier 4, see if tier 4 works for some reason. Or you know what, maybe I just didn't have enough. No, I had 12 bars at one point and it still wasn't letting me. Because like I say, maybe I need like X amount of bars and I just didn't have that many. But no, I had 12 at one point and it still didn't work. I don't know, let's go try it again. Maybe it magically fixed itself. Unless I'm missing something here. Because if I go check the info menu on how to make this, if I go to shields, just any shield, it says to put it into a furnace and then put it into that furnace. Right here. Step 1, step 2. Put it in there, boom. The problem is it doesn't let me put it in there. So here's step 1. Obviously, you put it in here. You get your 6 bars. But unless I'm missing something, it's not letting me put it in there. I assume there's just a bug that they will probably fix soon. But obviously by the time it comes out of beta. But unless I'm missing something here, it does not want to function. Alright, we got that. And now I go to this furnace and it says I have nothing viable in my backpack. I go over to this furnace, it has nothing viable. You know what I haven't tried doing yet? Let me try tricking it. Let me go grab an ore that is viable. Not that one. Let me go grab an ore that is viable. And see if I can trick the game into bringing up a menu. No, it doesn't. Yeah, let's go check the book. Where is the book? Let's see what the book has to say about it. About making the shields. It requires 5. Smelt the ore into ingots at the smelter. Take the ingots to the forge and forge a metal kite shield. Let's see what happens if I get exactly 5. So I have exactly 5 in my inventory right now. Nope. Your backpack does not contain any suitable ingots. And I have the exact 5 needed. Yeah, I think it's just bugged at the moment. It'll be fixed by the time it comes out of beta though, but it is very bugged currently. Because I definitely have the level for it. I specifically did it like 2 tiers below. Just like this one right here. And yeah, it's not letting me. I smelted it. I took it to the forge. But the forge says no. Because normally what would happen is you would, you know, you'd forge it, you'd get the bar. Then you come here, you get a menu. And then you click the item. But it's not working for the new shield resource. Unless I'm supposed to do it at the other forge. Did they accidentally make that mistake? Let me go try that real quick. That'd be really funny. Because I haven't tried doing that yet. Let me go to the other forge. Based on the icon, it says this forge. But maybe you have to smelt it here and then use it on the other forge and they just forgot to change the icon. It'd be really annoying, but maybe they coded it that way. Where you smelt it at the Goblin Forge, but you smelt it at the, or, you know, you make the bar at the one forge, but then you craft the other thing at this forge. Oh, let's go find out. Nope. Doesn't work here either. And I definitely got gas. We got like 250 in there. Yeah, it doesn't work on either forge. Yes, they forgot to code it properly. We'll fix that later, though. Alright, let's go back to the patch notes. Let's see if there's anything else we missed. So far, the main thing that we saw from the patch notes were those activatable double XP boosts. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Log out. Want to go to news. Alright, what else have we missed? Anything else? Read all that, read all that, read all that. Passive changes. Oh yeah, what's this 2 times boost about? So we saw this new active change that I didn't know about until we read this, but how about the passive change? Passive activities below your level no longer oh! You no longer get 50% penalized! That's huge! Instead, each passive activity now has a ×2 XP bonus, which is slowly consumed when doing the passive activity, but is not consumed by simply leveling. How do you get that? Once the 2 times bonus has been exhausted, you can still do the passive activity. You will just no longer receive the bonus when you do. Interesting. So is this for every new activity you would get? Instead, each passive activity now has a 2 times XP bonus, which is slowly consumed when doing the passive activity. That's weird. Because so far, every passive activity I've went to has had a 0%. So maybe it's only for newly unlocked ones after the change? All passive activities now require only 1 knowledge point to unlock. Wait, that's huge. The knowledge points you have invested in each profession has been adjusted accordingly. Excess knowledge points have been converted to XP in the same profession. Ooh, free XP. Combat changes. We have significantly overhauled the personalized combat striping system. Each time you unlock a new combat milestone, you can now choose which episode's foes you want to set for the next milestone feature. This is called a foe pack. This is both simpler than the old system and brings back the concept of you being able to choose which episode to train combat in, aka literally camping Chapter 3 forever for all the alchemy supplies, and or any other location so you can AFK for longer. The base foes, i.e. the first stripe, though you can also use it for multi-skilling. So maybe Chronopolis is actually the worst one in that regard then. Because Chronopolis actually has no multi-skilling. Chapter 1 and 2 does. So maybe the best place to do striping is to max out Chronopolis because it's useless. Because that was before we knew about like the double tool thingy and everything. So Chronopolis is probably the worst. Mines of Matubin has the interesting aspect of having all the farmable resources. But it's also annoying because all the passive activities don't really give you money. They give you resources. So I think my new plan for striping is to go all in on Chronopolis. Max it out because it's useless. Then put the rest into Mines of Matubin. Can't Mines of Matubin until we're milestone 20. And then we can multi-skill chapter 1 and 2 while doing combat, while getting free woodcutting and forager XP. As almost every single room with combat in chapter 1 and 2, particularly chapter 2, has free XP just laying next to every enemy. Chapter 1 somewhat has that, but chapter 2 has it in literally every instance. Chapter 1 has it in most instances. I think the only two that don't are the sparring guards, the thieves, and the 2 goblin rooms. But I believe every other enemy has a resource in them. Whereas in chapter 2, every single enemy in the entire chapter has a resource next to them. So you will always be able to earn passive doubles. So you can keep using your tool to get double from whatever resource is next to you. So, yeah. So as far as areas, chapter 4 is the worst. Chapter 3 is the second worst. And then the best is chapter 2, and the second best is chapter 1. So chapter 2 is the best. Chapter 1 second best. Chapter 3 third best, unless you really want alchemy supplies, in which case it might be a little bit higher. And chapter 4 is the worst, because not only does it have no multi-skilling, but also some of the more annoying enemies, like the hags and such. Interesting. Alright, old system, blah, blah. The base foes, the first stripe in every episode are the following, those levels. Boss foes always have a fixed combat level. Crime den foes always have a fixed combat level based on the detective level of the crime den, like it was before the combat merge, except they're still dead content because it's such a low level, and the highest level 1 still only goes to like level 500 or something, instead of going to level 2000 or 2500 or something similar, so they're still dead content when it comes to XP. Purchasing a premium pass will not change the foe pack thing. Launching a new episode will not change which foe packs you have selected. Passive combat no longer asks you what weapon you will wish to use. It is automatically selects one. The level requirement of various combat keeps has been reduced to align with the milestones. Wild men have moved to, yeah, they moved a bunch of stuff. Weapon crafting changes. Oh yeah, I didn't see anything with this. I honestly didn't bother checking this. I just assumed this was kind of similar. Rather than each weapon crafting recipe providing weapons with a different range of allowed levels, all weapon crafting recipes in a particular milestone now produce weapons with the same range of allowed levels. Wait. No. Okay, my brain just moved like 3 different times. Wait, what does this do? All weapon crafting recipes in a particular milestone now produce weapons with the same range of allowed levels. All weapon crafting recipes in a particular milestone. Oh, I see what it means. So for every single milestone, all weapons made in that milestone have the same level range. I see. Each weapon, for a second I thought it was every weapon counts for like X number of levels or something, but no. Each weapon crafting recipe now simply lets you craft a weapon whose combat milestone is in the range 5 times your crafting milestone to 5... What are some of these words? Each weapon crafting recipe now simply lets you craft a weapon whose combat milestone is in the range 5 times crafting milestone to 5 times crafting milestone plus 1. Okay. For example, the basic blowpipe recipe, which is a crafting milestone of 0, can produce blowpipes with combat milestone 0 inclusive to combat milestone 5. I feel like I'm getting more confused every sentence I read. The moderate throwing rings recipe, which is crafting milestone 1, can produce throwing rings with combat milestone 5, inclusive to combat milestone 10 exclusive. I think every single one of these sentences have made me more confused as I move down. But yeah, that's how the crafting system works now. Wait, I kind of want to go test that now. As every sentence there has made me more confused, not less. How does this work? Okay, so this is tier 5. It is milestone 5. So what level can I make out of this? It's milestone 5. So I can go down as low as what? It's 5 times its number. Okay, so that's what it meant with 5 times earlier. So this is tier 5. So I can make up to 5 times its level, which is the base level. But then it should also go... Okay, that's what it means. It makes the full 5 milestone range because it's 5 times its level. Alright, that makes more sense now. But that's what it meant by the 5 times thing. So this is tier 5. But it makes up to 5 times its level and plus 1 times 5 its level. So it's 5, so it can make from 25 to 30. Okay, interesting. Okay, that makes so much more sense. But that wording for it made it so much more confusing. But that makes a lot of sense. Also, why do I keep clicking on that? Out of habit. Every time I see that menu, it's like, oh yeah, let me click play. But no, I want to go to news. Anything else we should know? Okay, so we read all that. Forager changes. Jade monument pieces. So now we're getting into skills specifically. What's your reply to the other 2 Gems of War questions? Wait, what were the other 2? Oh, sorry, I didn't see the other 2. February event calendar is coming out next week. How often do kingdoms rotate on Gems of War to be when they will come around next kingdom for an event week? About twice per year, roughly, based on how many are in the game. There's no set schedule, though. Each kingdom rotates like once or twice a year. Sometimes 3. Okay, let's go over all the specific skill changes. So, Forager. Jade monument pieces have been added in addition to some of the monument pieces. Sharks, bones, which are for shields, unlock at milestone 1. Nettle and rack are 1. Pond, okay, so most of this isn't relevant. Fallen monuments now have 2 stages per milestone. Your existing progress. Oh yeah, what's the reward for this? 1 stage requires stone pieces and 1 jade. However, the number. Yeah, what's the reward for maxing out the Forager thing? Your existing progress repairing the fallen monument will be transferred across. After completing the fallen monument, you can light all the braziers to receive a 3rd. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Well, the first thing you got to do on every account is get level 500 Forager. Or 400 whatever. Oh no! It's my lowest level, by the way. It's at like level 205. Well, we might be having some Forager stream soon. Oh no! 500 Forager is now required for early game progression. That's insane. A 3rd venture slot with 500 Forager requirement. That is a reward and a half. Wow. But it's basically 50% more XP from, 33%. Depends how you look at it. But it's about a 50% EXP buff compared to running 2 ventures. That is very strong. Especially if you're barely playing. That is very, 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 very strong. Ideally, you would do that on Double Oyster into whatever your best 24-hour merchant venture is. Would be the main way that you'd want to do that. But that is very, 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 very strong. However, the requirement to do that is, I'll tell you right now, actually. Though you'll probably gain some levels beyond that. But the requirement to do that is level, I'm currently level 200 and, what was it? I'm level 213. You would need level 490. So you still need 490 like before. And you'd probably get to like level 492 or 3 by the time you finish it. So you need around level Forager, level 493 or so, give or take a little bit. Or sorry, I've been reading this wrong. This is 943. Yeah, never mind. No. I was right. It's 490. It's the same as before. You would need Forager level 490 to be able to finish the monument. So same as before. It hasn't changed. but it's required for a venture slot now, which is so strong. That is crazy. Well, we might be having Forager month coming up soon. Might need to go clear my schedule for mid-February or into March, I guess. This might be Forager month, where we stream every day for like 8 hours doing nothing but Forager until we have level 500. Well, not 500. I would only get until we have the monument done. Because I'm trying not to get any 500, so we'll go until we have like level 490, whatever, like 492, 493, whatever it's needed to get the monument done. Because we'll get to 490, but obviously you still have to go collect them at 490. So you're not done at 490, you still got to go collect them. But yeah, it might be Forager month. Might be Forager month. Any of you been wanting us to stream more again for Brighter Shores? That might be happening soon after the milestone update. Not for any reason you would think. Like, oh, we're going to go like AFK to new combat system. That'd be great. Or something else. No, we got to go do the entirety of Forager. Well, at least we get to see the new XP curve from like 200 to max. Or pretty much max. I'm going to stop slightly before max. I actually want to see if we could like get 500 all in like one fell swoop. I kind of want to do that. Because I feel like we're one of the highest levels in the game without a single level 500. Not counting combat because it works differently. But I kind of want to get max level in every skill simultaneously. Or at least break it down by chapter if we do it. So when I do Forager, I'm going to stop at like 493 or whatever. I'm not actually going to get 500. I'm going to stop like right before max. But yeah, that is insane. A third venture slot? That is so strong. It's basically like drinking a 50% passive potion forever. But for ventures. We have attuned the respawn speed of various foraging spots to reduce cooldown. Oh wow, they made Forager even more broken. Well, at least we get to have really good multi-skilling routes. I need to figure out what all the new multi-skilling routes are though, since they keep changing where everything is located. You went from 80 to 200 during the Christmas event? Nice. Yeah, honestly, I didn't do much of the Christmas event. I did the 800 that was required for all 3 accounts, and then I barely did anything after that. I think I did about 1,000 on the main account and 800 on the 2 alts. Or, you know, on the other 2 profiles. Fisher changes. Salmon, we saw that. Trout, lobster. Nothing relevant here other than that they made pot for fish dead content. They buffed oysters like crazy. So basically the only thing, it doesn't say it here, because they're using a bunch of other words that don't say that. But all these words right here say that they added 2 new fish. 3 new fish. I didn't see what the trout were, but they added 3 new fish. And they buffed oysters through the roof, and they nerfed pufferfish to never be viable to ever catch again. So that's what these say right here. 3 new fish, oysters good, pufferfish bad. Chef changes, chef weird. Alchemist, AFK forever and gain infinite loot. Is there anything else relevant I should read here though? There are now up to 10 levels for each potion. As a consequence, the power of some existing potions has changed. Enraged potions have been added. Yeah, those are AFK potions. Luck potions, which is the main thing I wanted from this patch. This could be the only line in the whole patch and I would have been happy. This line right here is literally the only one that matters out of anything here. Luck potions are nice just for getting more gear. Explorer potions have been added. Those are irrelevant until they add raid dens. XP mine potions are now made with just 1 ingredient, which is a massive buff. Stonewall Hill potions are now made with the something else. You can now configure keybinds for your tool to... Oh! You can now hotkey potions! Except the hotkey is really weird. Wait, that's actually pretty big too. I didn't realize that. You can hotkey potions now. That's actually really nice because that means you don't need the menu anymore. Alright, let me go try it real quick. Apparently you can hotkey potions. So I'm going to not have the potion menu up. And I'm now going to drink a EXP potion for Hope Port. Wrong button. I'm now going to drink an EXP potion for Hope Port. I'm now going to drink an EXP potion for Chronopolis. I'm now going to do whatever my second potion is because I forget what it is. Mine's a Batubin. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can just hotkey potions now. Because I already know where they are right here. But yeah, you can hotkey them now. Wait, that means you can rebind them, right? Hold. Can I change them to not alt, please? Like literally any other key. Yes! Press any key! Oh no, 1. I have no clue what's set to 1 right now, or 2, or 3. That's huge! We can now click 1, 2, 3 to go do that. Actually, I can't because we're off cooldown. Quick, switch to the other account. How do I log out? Wait, I'm on cooldown. So if I go to this other account, you can just rebind them to anything. Oh, that's gonna be great for Steam Deck as well. But yeah, you can now hotkey all your potions whenever you want. So I'm going to go out of this menu because we don't need it here anymore. So that means you never need to open your potion menu ever again. You just rebind them to whatever you need. Oh, it actually remembered it from when I did it over there. Interesting. So now if I do the 3, this should be a Chronopolis potion. And now we're going to gain more XP whenever we do something with Chronopolis. Like this guy will now give us 7% more than that XP. Or, you know, yeah, the 114k. But yeah, now you can hockey potions. That's great. You could already do it for combat potions. Like if I click 7 right now, obviously we'll heal. And yeah, you can still put it on 1, 2, 3 because in combat, it's not going to try to drink your potions. Because in combat, you normally can't drink a potion. Or, you know, not these kind of potions. So yeah, you can just bind them to 1, 2, 3 because these are also used for 1, 2, 3, but they don't conflict with each other. And now we can do 2 for the Mines potion. We can do 1 for the other potion. I can click 3 and it'll tell me I can't drink it because it's still going. Cool. Yeah, you can hockey potions now. Amazing. Alright. That's nice. Wow, a lot of great changes. Alchemy changes, great. Botanist. Let's see, different levels, different levels, different levels. Willow Water Venture is now first unlocked at that. Passive Botanist now uses Siege, which can be obtained for free from the seed rack in the greenhouse. Okay, I see. Wait, can you upgrade the seeds, though, for extra XP, right? Because before they didn't have a way to be boosted, even though some things did. Let me go check that real quick. Can you now boost Botanist by upgrading your seeds? So I think this works like the bounty thing, but the bounty things you were never able to upgrade. Can you upgrade your seeds for Hope Forest? Do you know if the Magrim Woods or Urskia are due for Kingdom events? I'm not sure. I generally only check the monthly update thingy. And the next one doesn't come out till next Monday. Alright, let's go see if we can find these seeds. I just realized they had a hill there. I wasn't there before. I mentioned that because it slows you down when you go through this area, which makes the southwest teleport even better now. Which I probably should have used that. I'm not even sure why I used this one. But now it's even worse going through central. Okay, let's see. Take seeds. Okay. So you just take them. Oh, I have no inventory. Yeah, that might help. I forgot. This is the account we have everything on. I'm going to take some seeds. I'm going to grab some seeds. Take. Nice. It gives you the exact amount you need. Can I upgrade the seeds, though? Or is that just for immersion's sake? I think that might just be for immersion's sake. I don't think you'd upgrade your seeds. If I can check the tool section, I might be able to find out. No, I don't think you can upgrade your seeds. So why'd I do this? I guess just for immersion's sake? There's literally no reason to. Weird. Yeah, you can just grab infinite seeds now. Strange. Deposit all. Why would you need to deposit them? There's infinite seeds here. Why would you ever need to deposit them? I'm so confused. Yeah, immersion. That makes like no sense, but sure. Let's see. This is costing money to grab them. I don't think it does, though. Alright, we read that, we read that, we read that, we read that. We read that, we read that, we read that, we read and tested that. Alright, woodcutter changes. Teak trees have been added, blah, blah, blah. Mahogany, blah, blah, blah. The things, anything relevant here. New shortcuts have been added to Hope Forest all over the place that require a different woodcutting level. Many trees have been moved. Passive woodcutting now uses special tools, which you probably have to upgrade as well. The new species are those. Carpenter changes. Teak plants have been added and are first unlocked at milestone 0. So none of these are relevant. Passive carpenter items have been adjusted. There are now 2 different passive furniture assembly stations used to assemble seating and other storage. Alright, so not much change there. Minor changes. They added that one new thing used for shields. Deathstone is now unlocked at a different level. Minecart's at every single level. We've tuned the respawn. Oh, nice! They made ores respawn quicker. Wait, I didn't actually test this. Wait. Ore respawn rates were always kind of bad. Which one of these is in Mines of Matubin right now? I think it's this one. Yeah, it was not this one. But let me go teleport over there real quick. I want to go see what this respawn rate is like. Because this was a really big issue with ores in particular. More so than any of the resources in the game because they didn't really have multi-scaling next to them. Is that you would have to wait a ridiculous amount of time for them to respawn. Like this andesite over here was, I think like 10 seconds wait time. So I want to see what happens if we grab them all and then wait. Because before we would have had to wait like 10 seconds. Do we have to wait like 1 second now? Because that'd be great. Or even 0 would be even better. But let's go test this. So we grab this. Okay, well, fine. I'll do the 1 tier lower. I'll grab this. Because the only thing we care about right now is to test the respawn rate. So we'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that. And then... Is this going to be respawned by the time we get there? Or do we still have to wait a billion years? 1, 2, 3, 4. This update did nothing. 5, 6. Okay, it's a little better. But you still have to wait 1,000 years for them to respawn. So they fixed it slightly. Ever so barely. But no, the rocks are still awful in that regard. It's probably better for Forager and some of the other ones. But mining, you still have to wait 1,000 years for them to respawn. That's unfortunate. Anyways, we don't need to keep doing this. Alright, anything else we need to go read? Alright, what else is relevant here? Botany changes, combat changes, passive, alchemy, carpenter, miner, bone right. All crafting recipes use 1 less bone than before. Nice. Shield crafting is now from the thing, the shark jaw that we got. There are now 3 different fossil assembly stations. Wait, there is? I guess you don't have to do... What? Why? Oh, I guess each fossil was done at a different location, but wasn't there 4? I don't remember. But I guess that room just has more going on in it now. Any link to the proper patch notes? No. I think it's only in game if you get into the beta. Though someone might have posted like all the screenshots of it somewhere, maybe. Like on the Reddit or the Discord or something. But I don't think they posted the patch notes yet. It won't be posted until it launches in 2 weeks. Because it's just the beta right now. This isn't like the actual patch yet. But the real patch notes should be out in 2 weeks when they release the patch, unless they delay the patch. But 2 weeks from now is their current time that they gave. I forget what date it is, but whatever 2 weeks from today is the day that they said they're probably doing the patch, unless it gets delayed for some reason. But it seems like it's pretty complete, other than that one stone not working. That's the only like obvious bug I've seen. Though I haven't really tried like bug finding. But the only big one I've seen is that you can't even make the new shield. Let's see, blacksmith changes. The shield doesn't work, but otherwise it's all of them. Just the new shield thing, basically. Oh yeah, and a new AFK activity, which we did end up messing with. Stonemason changes, mostly just the Death Stone. All the shields require Death Stone now. Detective changes. Oh, interesting. What's here? This is a lot of text for what seemed like almost no change. Crime dens and investigations are double length activities. Meaning they are the optimal activity for twice as long as spotting thief activities. This is to compensate for the fact that there are more spotting thieves activities than investigating crime den activities. Wanted poster ventures are now first unlocked at Milestone 1. A new booking prisoners passive activity. A new constructing crime maps passive activity. I thought that would have like a construction level for Chapter 5 for a second. Crime Den raids no longer have the handcuffs profession equipment and give slightly more XP based on that instead. This is because the double XP reward boost during combat didn't work well, and handcuffs are already used for spotting thieves activity. Investigate. Oh wait, that's actually kind of useful while doing merchant now, I just realized. Because you can use your handcuffs to get a double XP reward while you're doing that, to double catch a thief when you see it. So you can catch the same thief twice. You can send them to prison 2 times over. Double life sentence. That's kind of funny. But you can double catch the same thief while you're doing merchant. To actually make it more worthwhile to catch a thing ever so often. Because before it was kind of okay value. But now you get double XP like once a minute every time you want to like catch a thief. Which isn't that bad while doing merchant. Investigation bounties now give some EXP for each clue found. This is so that the double reward boost works better, and also means if oh wait, the double EXP boost works. Yeah, wow, that would be a lot of EXP. I guess it's still a lot. Wow, investigations must be insane for EXP then. If you can double the end investigation EXP. This is actually how it worked at launch, each step giving EXP, but there was a bug with it that made them have to change it. But now they're kind of changing it back. But I wonder how much EXP you get for a final turn-in then. Because I forgot about that. If you could double that, that is insanely high XP yield. Like, we're talking like a 200k XP drop at my level range when we would otherwise be getting 100k. That is very high. I'll have to see how that works in the live game once that comes out. Because this might be such a big buff that investigations are literally the only thing worth doing. Because if you're doing a really hard investigation, you would double the first step and then double the completion. Otherwise, if it's a shorter one, you would just double the completion. But doubling the completion must be so much XP. Unless it doesn't double it in that way. It's just so that the double XP works better, and also means if you get the wrong suspect at the end, you do not miss out on all of the XP reward. Oh, that's kind of nice too, though. That almost never happens. Which stalls currently have a high number of spottable thieves is now determined by your currently selected detective milestone. So if you are doing a past detective milestone, you will still catch a decent number of thieves. Yeah, there was this mechanic. I don't feel like it's really coded that well currently, though. Like, it's really obvious to tell which one is getting more. And I wish it was something that was more intuitive in the current state of the game. Because there is a mechanic right now where one random stall will get more thieves at it, which obviously makes it better XP rate. But I wish that mechanic worked better. Because it's really hard to tell which one it is. You have to go to a random NPC in the middle of nowhere to find out. And they could make that a lot more intuitive. And this patch isn't really doing much to change that. Though it is making it more likely that it'll be within your level range with this change. Leatherworker changes. The low price of all leather has been reduced. No! As it was too high. However, this is somewhat offset by the improvements to high discounts. See merchant changes selected below. Boar leather has been added, as is first unlocked from Milestone 1. A new bookbinding passive activity has been added. So basically what this says is do Leatherworker every day until the patch comes out. Is basically what this says. As Leatherworker is no longer viable for money, it is literally just supplies for Chapter 5. So you have until 2 weeks until they remove Leatherworker from the game, until Chapter 5 gets released, and then it comes back into the game, technically. So do Leatherworker now while it still exists. Merchant changes. The level at which high discounts are unlocked now line up much better, more closely to the level of Leatherworker activity. This was really annoying before. That's great. The Grapes Venture now is unlocked at 1. They also had a double spot for it, which we'll probably mention here too. Yeah, there are now separate NPCs for Grapes and Cinnamon. There's also separate for Bricks and Tiles, which doesn't exist yet. Unless they're adding it right now. Those currently don't exist at the moment though. The leather offcuts are being grouped into 3 different categories, which also have 3 different shops. Cabbages and pearls are now part of the trading bounty system. They already were. They were already. You did that last patch. This is old news. It's already in the game. The cabbage stall has been moved to Twiddle Corner. That has changed though. And that's just the other thing. Okay, we read through all of it. There we go. So yeah, it's every change. Okay, let me go check. There's one last thing I want to go check. Let me go do a quick bounty. Let me go do a quick Chronopolis bounty real quick. I want to see how the handcuffs work with the new changes that they made to bounties now. So let me go head over to bounties and see how handcuffs work. So let me just do one quick investigation. And see how this change ends up affecting it. So now whenever we spot a thief, we can double catch them if we want. But, of course, we can now also use this for investigations, which makes them really broken. Like, really, really, really broken. Because if this works on the final XP drop, that is so much XP. It depends how much they redistributed everything. Because maybe when it says you get 100k XP from it, maybe it means you're getting like 20k, 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 and then at the end you get 60k or something. That's still a lot though if it works like that. Because before it just did one big lump sum at the end. But let me go grab an investigation, grab an easier one if we can here. I haven't done these in a while. Oh yeah, I forgot. We'll take the expert one. Hold up. I forgot there's rarity now. Give me that. Oh yeah, well, if you see a higher rarity one, take it immediately. Alright, show and map. We got Pier 1, Guards Archive, and Cyclops. I haven't done these in a while. View details. Who do we have here? Pier 1, Dan. I'm looking for Dan here. Give me Dan. So I need Pier 1 and I need Cyclops. Let me just walk to Pier 1 and then we'll teleport to Cyclops then. It's actually a pretty easy one for how much points it's giving. We have 4 times XP. This is insane! You know how much XP this is? I wonder how common it is to find an epic one. We found one for Chef almost immediately. And we found this one literally immediately. Does this mean Merchant have these as well? Because that's a mega buff to Merchant for the 20th time since launch. It's insane how every patch is a buff to Merchant. I'm not sure how they manage that. But every patch they've pretty much ever done somehow buffs Merchant for almost all of time. They haven't gone, I think, a 2-month period without buffing Merchant directly or indirectly ever in the history of this game so far. It's kind of crazy. Like, they literally just buffed it a couple of weeks ago with the quest, too. And now they're buffing it again with this. And they already buffed it with all the other changes in the past. Like, be able to buy 6 at a time, be able to use XP pots like that, be able to do, the shortcut quicker, stuff like that. Okay, so we got some XP there. I didn't see how much that was. I wasn't paying attention. I'll pay attention when we go to Cyclops East. So we're looking for clean shaven, black stain with something else. So no here, black stain. No here, black stain. Oh, we got 94k XP. Okay, I see. They're spreading it like that. Oh. You're going to get 4 lump sums of XP, and you're only going to get like 25% for the final. Oh, that's not ideal. That's still good, though. Okay, so we're looking for no here, black, stain, orange trouser. No here, black, stain, orange trouser. And then I got to make sure I actually use the handcuff on them. And, of course, the XP pot. Which we can now hotkey with the 3 key. Or whatever we hotkey it to. But I currently have it set to 3. Though you'd probably want to use it a little bit beforehand so you can get the XP bonus on the other one. Alright, what am I looking for here? I am looking for orange trouser, black stain with clean shaven. That looks like you. Clean shaven, suit stain. That's right. Yeah, suit stain. Okay, so now we would drink our 3 potion. I would then need to get ready on the action menu right here. Right? Wait, it's not doing it. It's not doing it. Wait. Wait, let me prep it. Wait. I think I have to pre-prep. Because it's not bringing up a menu. Wait. Hold. Wait, wrong tool. Hold. Oh yeah, I forgot. These use different cooldowns. Hold. Primed and ready. There we go. Yeah, and then you just get the double XP for it. That is so broken. And that means while you're walking around, you can also... Wait, it didn't use it, though. Oh! You can't use it on a final step, I don't think. Oh, sad. Alright, very sad. You can only use it on everything else. So if I go do this one real quick. This one had, what, Rodman Road was pretty close. Fortune, Westgate. I forgot where like half these locations are. Haven't done these in so close. Isn't Rodman Road like right here? Yeah. Yeah, you can only do it per step now. You can't do it on the final, it doesn't look like. Like, it didn't actually trigger there. But I should be able to use it on this step right here. So when he looks here, we should get a double roll. So here should roll the XP twice. Right here should roll the XP twice. Did it? It didn't. How does this trigger? Is it just not working? It's primed, but it's not triggering. It's probably just a bug. They'll fix it later. But if you can use that on final step, that's still really strong, even with the new XP distribution. But it didn't seem like it was working. Because it's still primed. It hasn't been used yet. It wasn't used when we finished it. It wasn't used on the step. So they need to fix that later, because it doesn't seem like it's working at all. Like the patch notes mentioned. Interesting, though. Oh yeah, I think we've officially tested everything. I do believe that is everything. Trying to think if there's like any last thing we didn't check. But I'm pretty sure that's all of it. Let me go back to the notes. But yeah, I think that's absolutely everything then. So the final verdict on changes. On good or bad. Let's break it down per skill and go into game with one of these. So the good and bad meter on every single individual thing. So let's do it skill by skill. Combat got mega buffed. You now have double the rate of rarity on everything. You also have up to 24-minute AFK. You also have a new combat system that lets you choose what chapters you want to do combat in. Very similar to how you were able to at the start of the game. So every single change with it is amazing. Literally nothing bad with the entirety of combat. Forager. Respawn times are quicker and yeah, just overall kind of good. It is now required to get level 490 Forager to be able to play the game optimally as you get a third venture slot. So good luck farming that. We'll be doing that maybe in February. We'll see. I might dedicate a whole month to it. Oh no, it might not be immediately in February, but maybe around like Valentine's Day. Start from like that day just to make it a fun day to start on, and do it from the 14th to the 14th. I think we might do it like that, where it doesn't fall exactly on the month, just because I'm a little bit busy early February. So I might do it from the 14th to the 14th or something like that, or the 15th to the 15th. Like start February 15th and keep going until we have level 500 Forager. And don't stop until we have level 500 Forager. As you need 490 to, well, technically slightly higher than 490 because you have to actually get them then. But you need to finish the monument to get a venture slot, which is basically a 50% EXP buff to ventures. So if you're very passively playing the game, or even just in general, it is a lot of free XP. So yeah, time to go grind Forager to max. Fishing, they buffed it through the roof. Not because of any new activity. Actually, new activities are now worse. Like, actively training fishing is worse until fishing bounties come out. So it's not really worth doing. However, ventures for fishing got mega buffed, most notably oysters, because you can get a thing that gives you more XP for oysters, while also having that buff. Also, how does that work for the other tools? Didn't they say they reduced it some or something? How does that work? No, you still get the XP bonus. Interesting. Okay, so... Oh! The upgrade of the tool determines how quick the double is. But the upgrades you did before is still the same XP as before. Interesting. Okay, so that's what they meant with the XP change that they mentioned. So the star level determines how often you can spec for double. Whereas the XP thing that from before is still the same. Interesting. But anyways, actively training fishing got worse. Passively, or more so venture fishing, has gotten buffed through the roof. Most notably oysters, because it's 23 hours long instead of 11 hours. Chef is very weird now. It is still just as useless as it's always been. But I guess it's slightly better to train, kind of. It's still awful. Alchemy got buffed through the roof, not only XP rate-wise, but also all the things for Mind of Matubin only require one resource instead of requiring multiple. As well as just a lot of really great potions. They added the literally only thing I wanted from this patch, which is a rage potion. This whole patch notes could have been that potion and I would have been fine with it. They added 24-minute AFK combat. They added double loot rarity to all combat that you do. They also added some kind of new rarity thing to dungeons once they come out. And yeah, overall, potions, amazing. Alchemy buff through the roof. Both cheaper to max and more profitable to max, and more useful potions when maxing. Plus, you get even more XP from the potions. So everything with alchemy is insanely good. Botanist got a little bit better for multi-skilling, otherwise it's still pretty useless. Out of every gathering skill, I would say it's the most useless in the game. It's way better to go Forager instead of Botanist. Not only do you get a venture slot, but you also get more useful material from it. And Botanist is basically dead content until they rework it again. They got to rework the whole skill a third time or second time. But Botanist is very dead content. It's probably the worst skill in the game next to Chef at the moment. Woodcutting, it's mostly just used for shortcuts and for training Carpenter. It's really nice for shortcuts. If you're doing Hope Forest optimally, you would technically max woodcutting first, as you need the shortcuts to do everything else more optimally. But yeah, it's mostly just to feed resources to Carpenter. Nothing much has changed there. Carpenter is literally unchanged, other than like you make some box traps now for pufferfish that are now dead content. But yeah, woodcutting Carpenter still pretty similar. It's just now woodcutting has a bunch of shortcuts now. It's also easier to get all of the beehives created. You only need 257 woodcutting and Carpenter, whereas before on Iron Man you needed 250 Carpenter and 356 woodcutting. So now they're more closer together. Mining, pretty much the same. It's just now you have to do minecart a little bit more often, and you have to do That one thing for shields occasionally, but it's right next to a bank, so it's probably pretty good for XP. Bone Right's pretty much the same, except you use a new jaw thing for shields. Smithing got a profitable AFK and one AFK that feeds off of Chapter 1. Overall, it's a little bit cheaper to get it in the max if you're doing it passively, otherwise it's pretty unchanged. Stonemason also got a shield change, now it just uses Death Knight or Death Stone for all of its shields. Detective got buffed like crazy using the new Hourglass and the new multi-skilling capabilities. Multi-skilling it with Merchant has never been stronger since you have a cooldown on both the Hourglass and the Spyglass and on your Manacles now. So given that you would have so much more downtime while doing it with Merchant, doing Merchant plus Detective is so absurdly strong, even more so than it already was. Leatherworker got nerfed into the ground. It basically doesn't exist as of the Milestone update. Do it in the next 2 weeks because it doesn't exist until Chapter 5. It's basically being removed until Chapter 5 comes out. Obviously, it's still in the game, but it's not worth doing until Chapter 5 comes out. So rip Leatherworker, 2025 to 2026 to be re-released whenever Chapter 5 comes out. And Merchant is just as broken as it's ever been. Plus, I believe it has... actually, I didn't check that yet. Does it have rarity tasks? Because with 2 bounty boards, that's just like dumb broken. Are both these 2 bounty boards still separate roles? I gotta check this. Do they have rarities and double board? And 2-minute refresh? Can you just like make Merchant instantly? Oh no, never mind. They don't have rarities. Or maybe I just got unlucky. Wait. They might not have rarities. Maybe they didn't buff Merchant even more. Because my understanding is they also added rarity to Merchant. Or maybe I just got unlucky and didn't get any there. Let's see what happens if I just take a bunch and see if any of them refill. So I'm going to do this. But then deliberately start abandoning a couple of these, which hopefully don't go on that board. I think if you're at the board, it does. I believe if you're away from the board, it doesn't. So I'm just going to grab these, abandon them. I'm trying to re-roll for rarity. I want to see if they give other rarity ones. I'll just grab a bunch of these. I'm not actually doing these. I'm just trying to refresh the board. All right, let me go back to the other one. All right, let's see. Do these bounties actually go back on? I know if you abandon them when you're at the board itself, it refreshes them back on. I want to see if this lets you just get rid of them. No, it goes back. Oh, well. All right, let me just grab these 3, I guess. Doesn't matter what I'm taking. I'm not actually doing these. I just want to see if they give different rarities or not. He goes, wow, that's a lot of buffs for Merchant. Honestly, around version 1.0 of this game, I want to do a video at some point mentioning every buff to Merchant in the beta. Or, you know, up to the point of launch to 1.0. Because I think we're up to about 20 buffs to Merchant if they got rarities during this. Yep, they got... Why, though? Honestly, there will be a patch in, like, 3 years from now where it'll just make it so Merchant takes 1 hour to get to 500. At the rate that they're going. I'll take it, though. They just love doing their bi-monthly Merchant buff. But yeah, they do have rarities as well. That is crazy. This would actually kind of dictate what you would want to do as well. For double XP and quad XP on these things, it is actually worth doing tasks that you otherwise normally wouldn't do. Both of these are tasks you would already do, though. But for example, one you normally wouldn't do is Caviar, for example. But if you had a 4 times Caviar, you'd definitely do that. Like, that's so free to go turn in for like 4 times. 2 times is kind of up in the air if you would take it or not. But if it's already a good task, or not that bad of a task, and you see it at 2 times or higher, that's like insta-take every time. And you would just start routing against them then. Which changes up Merchant gameplay a little bit more. Because now you can't just do the meta routes. If you see a 4 times, you gotta take it. Like, it doesn't matter what that 4 times is, you gotta go route it in. Because the 4 times bonus is just so worth it to take. And both these boards roll separately too, which is kind of crazy as well. I'm actually really surprised they did that. When they added that second board, I was like, oh, they're just gonna both use the same roll. But no, they actually use separate rolls. And if that's intended, which it seems to be because they haven't patched it out yet, that is so strong. Especially with rarity. Because it's the only Seagull in the game that has 2 boards now that have separate rarity rolls. Which is what I'm trying to see right now, by the way, if you don't know what I'm trying to do right now. I didn't actually mention it verbally. But I'm trying to see if I can get a rarity on both the boards at the same time. We got double from one board, but I didn't get it on both. I just want to see if it's possible. I assume it is. I'm not going to camp it, though. If we don't get it here, we're just not going to get it. Nope, we didn't get any here. Or did we get any on the other one? So far, that bottom one hasn't done any for rarity yet. I wonder if they only coded rarity on this one and forgot to do it for the other one. I could just be getting unlucky, though. These obviously are supposed to be rare. They're not that common. It literally says uncommon, I'm pretty sure, somewhere's on this. Doesn't it? Yeah, it says uncommon. And the other one's rare or epic or whatever it is. But, yeah, obviously they're not supposed to be that common. I don't know, if you see them, they're definitely worth routing in as long as it's not like a really bad turn-in one. And if it's a 4 times, even if it's a bad turn-in, honestly, it's probably still worth it. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Even more buffs for Merchant. Like, it needed more. I don't mind, though. I'll make the 500 grind even easier for whenever I eventually want to go do it. But anyways, guys, I do believe that is everything. My plan for the main game, or I guess we'll go back to it real quick since we're just kind of chilling right now. But yeah, my plans for the main game then is first change this back to main game. Probably done with the beta. I don't think we're doing anything more with it going forward. But yeah, the main things to take away if you want to prepare for the next patch. Though, do keep in mind, they did say do not buy items from shops. Because if you try mass buying an item that is getting reduced or increased in value, or, you know, more so increased in value, if you try pre-buying it, they will nuke it again like they did for the other ones. So don't do that. However, if you did want to prepare for next patch, there are 2 things that are really good to do right now. Leatherworker, because they're basically removing it from the game until Chapter 5. Because they're reducing all profit from Leatherworker going forward. It still profits, but it's way worse than it is now. So they're nuking Leatherworker into the ground. It's still worth keeping the hides, but it's no longer ever worth selling them pretty much in the new format of the game, starting with Milestones. So, yeah, do it now if you want profit. But the other thing that they're changing is Forager is now the most important level 500 skill in the entire game. You get a second venture slot. And with that second venture slot, I know I don't have one right here. It's because I ran an 11-hour one because I don't have a proper one because they don't have a double 24-hour there. And I didn't want to do Oyster because it's not worth doing at this level range until the Milestone patch. Which is why we were mentioning Oysters are getting buffed through the roof because now you can actually do it at every Milestone patch. But anyways, they're adding another venture slot here. And with all the other venture changes, like the double Oyster thing I was just mentioning and the double Merchant one I was just mentioning, it is now very viable to do 23-hour stall. You would do it off of double Oyster into 1 Merchant. Whatever your higher level Merchant one is, with double Oyster would be the meta for it. But it requires you to have level 490 Forager. You would need to have access to the final Forager item of the Jade Monument piece. But then you would also need to go and do that Jade Monument piece. So you would need to obviously go and obtain it, which gets you to like level 492, 3, somewhere around there. But, yeah. That's basically the whole thing with that. Is Forager is now the most relevant level 500 in the game, which would also feed into the second most relevant 500 in the game, which is Alchemy, which was already relevant, but is even more relevant as of the patch. So basically the game plan is pre-update. What you should be doing is do Leatherworker before it's deleted from the game. Effectively, not actually, but effectively deleted from the game. And Forager to 500 or 490, you know, just to get the monument done. Those are the 2 most important things to be doing right now. Then after the patch, the 2 most important things to be doing, actually 3, is to go finish 500 Forager, because there's no way anyone's completing that right now, unless you're already at like 450 or something. AFK combat to level 2000, because that just got buffed through the roof for AFK time. The XP rates aren't really any better, but AFK time is like insane now. As long as you just keep hovering over the game every 5 minutes or so, you literally can AFK for forever. Which I'm pretty sure you can just put a window over top and just do literally anything else and AFK for the literal full duration of your potion, which I can currently make 15 minutes. You can get up to 24-minute ones if you have a high enough alchemy level. But yeah, pre-patch, the most important 2 are Forager and Leatherworker before it's pseudo-deleted. And post-patch, it would be AFK combat with the luck potion, Forager to go get the monument completed, and Alchemy, because Alchemy is still the most important skill in the game for all the potions, and even more so with the new potions. But that's pretty much the game plan pre-patch and post-patch. And yeah, I might do a whole month of Forager grind. We might do the whole 5... We were mentioning back in like the first month of the game, like, you know what? We're probably going to dedicate an entire month to finishing the monument. That month is coming. I think February 15th to March 15th. Unless something comes up, I think those days, or however long it takes to get to 500, we'll see, is what I'm going to go do to go and max out Forager. Because that's around the time the patch should be coming out. The update should be coming out on the... Unless they delay it. The update should be on the 9th. So maybe on the 16th we'll start it then. Just to make it nicely on an update day. So maybe starting on the 16th of next month, February 16th, unless something comes up. I think we're going to start the 1 month long, or however long it takes to get 500 Forager, doing it every day for like 8 hours. We're going to start the 500 Forager grind on February 16th, which is about 1 week after the milestone update. Or who knows, maybe we'll start it with the milestone update. We'll see. We might literally just start on milestone update day. I don't know, but sometime during that time, we will be committing an entire month to 500 Forager. Well, technically 490. I want to stop right before 500. But we're doing it until the monument's done, whatever level that gets us. Hopefully not 500. Actually, anyone who's done monument, do you know if it does get you to 500? I don't believe it does. Well, then again, the Jade pieces might require a different amount. But unless they drastically change the numbers, I am pretty sure grabbing the pieces we need at 490 does not give us 500. I am pretty sure, but I'm not certain on that. We'll find out. Because the new XP curve and everything might make it so we accidentally get 500. Which is kind of unfortunate, but that might have to be my first 500 skill, so... Because that monument has to be upgraded. It's basically required now. So, yeah. 1 month long Forager grind coming up. Starting probably on Milestone Update Day. Which is honestly probably when our next stream is going to be. Because I don't think there's anything between now and Milestone Day. Which should be February 9th. Yeah, 9th. February 9th, I believe, is update day unless they delay it. So that will be the game plan. We'll just start streaming every day starting like February 9th. Or maybe the day after, because I actually might be a little bit busy that Monday. I don't know, we'll see. If we do a stream that day, it probably won't be the start of the grind. It'll probably be messing around with all the new stuff. So that'll probably be what we do. February 9th will be our next Brighter Shore stream. We'll go mess with all of the new stuff that changed. Then starting February 10th is the month long, or however long it takes to get the 500 grind to 500 Forager, or whatever it takes to get full monument completed. And we will not stop until we get the entire monument completed. It's something we mentioned we would do within the first few weeks of the game, commit a month to at some point. And we're finally doing that now, starting February 10th. So that'll be the game plan then. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week, 2 weeks. Stay warm out there. And yeah, we'll be back on the 9th for the update day of Milestones, assuming they don't delay it. And assuming they don't delay the milestone update, the 10th will start the month long, or however long it takes to get the 500 Forager grind. Well, technically it's the complete monument grind. So yeah, we'll be doing that then. Anyways, did I miss anything else? Is that everything? So what were the guys here mentioning? I couldn't see it because I was talking. Let's see. Not sure what they were mentioning. They have like a whole conversation going on here. Anyways, guys, we will be back on the 9th and 10th, assuming the update comes out on the 9th. And we'll mess around with milestones on the 9th and then start the month long, or however long, to monument completion Forager grind, which will take forever and a half, even with the new curve. But at least we'll get to see pretty much the full new curve. As obviously we're not starting from 0, but we'll see from 213 to basically max, effectively, what the new curve looks like. And I will be dumping all XP, obviously, into Forager. I don't think I'm going to put it into Blacksmith or Stonemason or anything during that. That is one caveat we will be doing. I will be kind of cheesing it, and instead of putting it into something useful like smithing or stonemason, I will be dumping all Forager knowledge while doing Forager into Forager. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing that just for sanity's sake. So it doesn't take as long. We will be missing out on some smithing XP and or stonemason XP, but it makes it so we don't have to do as much Forager, and I'd much prefer doing it that way. It would also get us to our better XP rates even quicker, which I like a lot as well. So we're just going to dump all knowledge into Forager while doing Forager. And we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'll see you guys in Milestone Update Day, whenever that is. It should be February 9th unless they delay it. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.